the strange transformation of Vomer and Fanoa, changing genders, exploring the dungeon a little bit more, and learning that someone had at some point tried to erase this thing from the map before getting encountered by who claims to be the guardian of this tomb, as she says, and required you all to hand over the scroll or to leave. A lot of trouble ensued. Lo and behold, the scroll was traded. Ashrin made a questionable ally, friend, teammate thing.
She just wants tea.
Wants tea.
Before departing the dungeon and realizing that woman with snake hair, that's a fucking Medusa. Why are we alive?
Because I made a friend.
The power of friendship triumphs over all. We turned the D&D campaign into anime.
Oh god, no.
Oh, don't make me make a character with animal handling as its main stat.
Oh no.
I will do it. I have
Yo,
done it.
anime character group?
Alright, let's go, Jack. We're getting out of here.
Leaving the
Full party of
dungeon
monks.
and making sure it is sealed away as best as possible, made it look as natural as can be, and burning the remains of the notebook to the highest degree possible. Coming out back towards your car to make your way back to Viglia to reconvene with the group to tell them everything is all set, until, lo and behold, it seems like they made their way to you. And apparently, not all too happy about being tricked in some way. And that is where we pick up with the main drow getting up from the cart that he just had leisurely laid down in the back of, and beside it a tent that, strangely enough, you cannot see inside of. It just seems like it's just a black wall that just exists there. As it just gets up, stretches a bit, seems like he just woke up from a nap. Just goes, I'll hand it to you. That was a nice trick. So how much he pay you?
Oh, don't get me wrong, we did kill him.
Head says otherwise. Well, more like
How
the
does
head
it talk?
doesn't say anything.
Out of game, I know. Fuck.
The deal was that we kill him and bring back his head. There was never anything against, say, an ally of his reviving him.
So he's standing, is what I'm hearing.
The exchange
We
was
did
that
kill him.
we did
What
kill
his
him.
friends did afterwards is none of our business.
Well, we asked for his head. That's not.
That was his head.
The fact it doesn't speak to us says otherwise. And kind of at that moment, you just see coming out of the tent, seemingly from nowhere, just phasing into existence, is the drow woman. Just goes, enough. Stop trying to act like we got the high ground. We pulled one over our eyes. Just give it to him. That was a smart play. I was trying to be sociable. And a bit of an asshole.
Wait, when you say drow woman, are you talking about the one from the cave?
No, from
Okay.
the group, because there's
Okay.
two drows, one a man, one a woman, a halfling.
I forgot
was
there was a
a-
drow woman in the group.
Have we seen this drow woman before?
Yes, you have. Both when they stopped you at the cave along the mountains from the undead situation, and as well as in the hideout that they had.
I think we've all
Okay.
just been. I think we all just forgot about her because we've been more focused on the drow guy because he's the only one who talks.
Yeah, he's the only one who's even bothered trying to talk to you guys at all. This is the first time she has spoken up. At all.
Okay.
Gotcha.
He just kind of just like clap his hands together and just goes, "Fine, fine. We're not gonna play ball. You got us. Smart play. Still, sucks to hear that he's alive. What I want to know most of all, though, is by any chance do you have what he had on him? Before he was brought back, of course. More accurately, we're looking for a stone. Bunch of fancy carvings.
I do not remember anything about a stone being mentioned, I'm going to be honest. Like, out of character. Did they ever mention a stone
They
before?
have not.
Nope.
I didn't know we were supposed to be looking for a stone.
Yeah, I just kind of figured you guys were that kind of people that you would, cut off his head, skin him dry, leave him naked in a sewer somewhere. I just got that vibe off of you all.
What the fuck type of people are you?
Yeah, I'm
I don't know
asking
what
myself
he takes
that
us
too.
for, but I don't know what the fuck he thinks.
Since you've spoken up, I guess I should ask the question. Now, the fuck happened to you all? Well, specifically, you two. He points at Fino and Volmer. I know you're him, her. I know you're you. I take it that means that one is the other one.
There's a pool in there that makes you lose your penis. Or gain one.
Or gain one, yeah.
Was gonna point that out. Also, what?
Some magic bullshit. Does it really matter?
A little. The drow woman just crosses her arms, just very intrigued.
Yeah. It not accessible anymore. Sorry.
There was a cave-in when we were fighting some of the golems defending the ruin there.
Yeah, it's been pretty well blocked off now.
Make a deception check. Balmer.
Fuck, I was hoping Jack would do it.
advantage though, since Jack is helping you.
Can I make the
Fuck,
check?
okay. Jack, make
I
the
would say
check.
you're supporting him. He's the one who initiated it.
Yep. I was trying
Fuck,
to
You
yeah.
get
just...
advantage though, because Jack is helping you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You see him kind of contemplate for a few moments. We'll figure that out when we figure that out. In the meantime, you played me. I ain't gonna lie. You got me good. I take it the whole summoner situation's dealt with as well. Seeing as you're alive and all.
Yeah. Those elementals won't be around anymore.
Good. Keep our quiet town quiet and the eyes off of us. Well. While I won't be inviting backstabbers to the journey with me to acquire the armor, I, at the very least, promised you information. Bestowed of the fallen.
You know where the armor is?
Oh, we know.
Where?
We know. Just winks at you.
And
Wait, does Jack know where the armor we're talking? Like, we ever tell Jack that?
No, his story entails the armor.
yeah, he knows about the equipment, has no clue where any of them are at. He hasn't been able to find that information yet.
And
Okay, so-
realistically, he doesn't have an actual clue of what they are, just the descriptions from the story.
Question: is this the armor that was sent into the void?
They showed you the gauntlet previously that looked like the exact same gauntlet that was sent to the void.
Are mental comms still up?
I believe so. It was only for 2 hours, but obviously it's in less than 2 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours. Yes, mental comms are still up.
Oh yeah, Jack, just quick note about that armor. We kind of sent it to the void by mistake.
You did what?
What
It's a
armor are
long
we talking
story.
about?
Now might not be the best time to talk about it, but it's in the void right now.
What the You had the armor and you sent it.
We
Correction.
fought the armor.
Yeah, the armor was on this weird monster thing.
You let it.
It was like moving on its own and attacking us.
I.
So we let another monster that was in that dungeon to fight it, and that other monster threw the armor into the void portal that it was protecting.
You let it get. Okay. Okay. Okay.
And now Jack's second character hates this group.
Okay.
Sorry,
Nothing?
Jack's third character is starting to hate this group. The first two definitely did.
No, no, no. Ashana didn't hate the group. Hated one person and just was scared of her for her family.
Okay, Jack, we'll go into more detail later, but basically, they're planning a void trip.
You just see Jack's eye twitching.
You okay there, buddy? Might need to go check out a cleric or something.
It's been a stressful couple days, and now I have people in front of me telling me that they know where this armor's at, and ought at least let me look at it, inspect it. This has been my research for the last, well, 10 years? Huh?
You have someone who knows a little bit. Only a little. Just got to look to the lovely elven maiden to your left.
Yeah, they just talk about a sword, though. The armor, you guys know, it's right in front of us.
Yeah?
I want to see it.
If you wish to follow, you can follow. I just won't guarantee you come back alive. I was gonna bring you along as partners, but I don't like being tricked, even if it is funny.
I mean,
You see the drow would just roll her eyes.
they tricked you. I've been straightforward.
I don't trust new faces. They've been on 2 jobs for me. You've been on 1.
Yeah, and so far, who's been more competent?
Me. I'm willing to let you in on a little information, but as for the travel to our shiny prize, that's for us to make that journey.
What information do you have?
Well, I'm willing to ask a few questions. Within reason, of course. One of you in particular I know knows more than anything about any of you all. When it comes to the bestowal of the fallen, you have a bit of a spec on yourself. The tale itself is hard to find. I'm curious on where you found it, but you're asking me the questions. And I'll respect it.
Do you know where the other artifacts are at?
We know where 3 are.
Which ones?
You see kind of exchanged looks with the drow woman. We know where the armor is. We know where one of the pieces of the bow lay. And we know where the cloak is.
One of the
Damn, really
pieces
sword.
of the bow. Was the bow shattered?
It's in 4 pieces.
Yeah, his gaze literally just goes right to Volmer as he explains it.
Who the hell shattered the bow?
Okay, that one was not on us.
He's not lying. Well, she's not lying. What do I even call you at this point?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care. Call me whatever you feel more comfortable with.
Elf. Wonderful. Elf over there is correct. None of their works split the bow. In fact, it was split on purpose. To keep it safe. Little freebie for you.
Who in their right mind would... Jack's like having like an internal aneurysm right now. It's like watching someone like rip a page out of a fucking book to him.
Yeah.
He's just...
Forget, we've been tracking down different places, like looking for parts of the bow. Did we ever actually find a part of the bow?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, shit.
We don't even know where the pieces are at.
Yeah. And even they said, we only know where one piece is. They didn't even say we know where the bow is. They said we know where one piece is.
Okay.
So over mental comms, Ashton's gonna be like, when we get a chance, you guys are gonna have to tell me about these things and explain what's going on, cause I'm lost.
We can... I will explain what our group's been through when it comes to these artifacts on the cart ride, and then Jack can tell you what he knows as well.
Okay.
I gotta ask, where have you guys found all this information? Because I've spent many, many, many months in libraries and have found what you all saw in my story.
The libraries are only the first step. Everyone thinks about the library. No
Private
one
collections.
thinks about the libraries no one's ever seen.
I mean,
He points to his head. It's far more outreaching than you know.
libraries are always where you start. Then you have to move into some private collections. Yeah. A few private collections.
He looks towards the dry woman. Let's just say we all had estranged beginnings. We all ended up here.
And what do you want with all of these artifacts?
That is a personal secret.
My scabbard has some form of map on it. Could you tell us where it goes to?
Maybe my friend, if you're willing to give up that information to us.
Why
Huh.
would you say that over mental comms?
Yeah, you beat me to
Yeah.
it.
Why? Why?
How about this?
Wilmer,
An exchange.
stop working with cultists. Stop.
They're like the one fucking group who could possibly read this damn scabbard.
Another deal and another exchange. Help us figure out what's on that scabbard, and also let us know where the cloak is. And you'll have information too. Give us more on the even playing field. Since we all seem to want the same thing right now, to find these.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, let's go. Persuasion.
Plus, they may be cultists and they may be
Fucking
kind of violent, but they don't
roll
seem
the-
to have like, gone straight to violence with any of us yet.
A fucking 2.
Two. I
Ow.
rolled a fucking 2. Goddamn it. Aw.
You seem kind of just like snicker or something. You give us information from your scabbard, we share it right back to you. You don't even know what it says.
Yes, but we could also figure it out on our own.
I implore you, do it.
For mental comms check, I have been looking at this thing for like 30 years. It's not that simple as just figuring it out.
Yes, But that was just you. Now you have the rest of us. I don't trust these people, especially since they won't share more information.
That's
And
fair.
they obviously got you guys doing some sketchy fucking shit. You're just gonna drag us into it. Oh, okay.
Okay, to be fair, I feel like you'd be dragged into this either way since you were telling the story.
In all fairness, right now they are saying that they were going to invite you into their sketchy business, but now that you guys have tricked them, they're saying, we're going to give you information and we're walking away.
Yep. So ask your questions, get your information. Don't give him the scabbard.
Oh no, this scabbard is not leaving my back. Or like my sight.
So, how about a hint on the cloak and out of game? Fuck, what was the other one they said? They have armor, cloak, and
A piece
piece
of
of
the
the
bow.
Piece of bow.
yeah,
The bow.
and a piece of the bow. How about a hint?
Make another persuasion check. You know,
Come
I
on,
was
you
debating if they just do it or not.
motherfucker. There we go.
Finally, you get to roll that isn't shit.
You see the drow woman kind of give him a side glance. Kind of shrugs and says, why not? Hint is a hint. It's rather simple, actually. Perhaps straightforward. But the hint is, look with one eye open.
One eye open.
Just taps his forehead again.
Is this for the bow or for the cape?
Yes.
Uh,
I'll give you another little hint. This is not something you're simply going to find. It's something that's going to take a lot of mental searching.
How did you end up tracking down the armor?
Well, thankfully, with the information you granted us, we found the dungeon and use our methods to find where it landed. Rather than its proper resting place. Which I wish I could ask you how in the world you got it out of there. We managed to track it down, or at least a piece of it. And with that alone, we're on our way.
I love how like there's a serious moment and Fanoa's in the corner just breaking it down.
I sneezed! I haven't been able to sneeze for so long!
I like to
Jesus.
imagine in campaign like we're having this moment and then Fanoa's standing like to the left of the group just busting a move.
Literally just sneezed for the first time, just going like, yeah, I sneezed.
oh my god. Fuck. Fuck. So they know the armor's out, they know the cape is in.
Over mental comms, it's interesting to note that we sent that armor in one piece, and they tracked a piece of it. So whatever happened, the thing dispersed. Wait,
Maxed out
Yoma was
contemplates
in that
stabbing
dungeon,
us.
right?
What'd you say?
I'm questioning if Dalmor was in that dungeon or if it was Delana in that dungeon. I don't remember.
That
It was Dalmar.
Dalmar, yeah.
Yes.
Didn't we send it through with a creature from the Shadowfell?
Yes.
That explains why it's not in one piece. Also, I was saying that over mental comms. So,
So-
like, to imagine Jax, like, contemplating just stabbing Dalmar and Volmer now.
It crossed his mind, at least for a second. The cloak and the bow piece. Are they on these continents?
Oh, absolutely not. That'd be too easy to find if they were.
Then I'm guessing it's on different plane of existence.
You see him kind of just raise a brow at you. Even the drow woman seems impressed. Well, aren't you thinking outside the planar cycles?
Huh.
It would have something to do with third eye bullshit.
Yeah. Interesting. Different plane. Not easy to travel there.
No. No, it is not.
And you say you have your ways.
Personal gift.
That game, fuck and shit, they're high level. It's a good thing we never fought them. That's like a 7th level
Mhm.
spell. Um, yeah. That sucks. I'm guessing that if they're on a different plane of existence, then it's a good chance the rest of them aren't on this plane either.
I'll give you the freebie. Some are, some aren't.
Okay.
I mean, how else did your elf friend get the scabbard?
But that is one piece. That is not the actual weapon itself. The weapon could be on a different plane while the scabbard was left behind. Just like one piece of the bow could be on this plane of existence, the rest could be scattered among many others.
Speaking of the scabbard, I'm gonna real quick take it off my back and just hold it in my hand, so that way they're not gonna try to steal it off my back.
You reach for it, it's not there. I'm kidding.
I was about to, like, freak the fuck out. You're a
I
bastard.
saw
you
your
know
face
that.
and I was like, I can do this.
You're a bastard.
Huh. This is interesting. So where did you all start getting this information from?
That would be a question over dinner. And you see the drow woman just elbow him. Goes like, hey, just saying.
I
Ask
mean,
our life story, at least treat a person first.
pull out some rations.
Do you want to go to dinner?
That was a joke.
Since you're here, that tent you have. That's intriguing. What is that?
Personal creation. Well, not my personal creation, but a curious one. All you need to know. You hear the drow woman
Overcomes.
kind of clear her throat and goes, yep, yes. On a rush now. We do have an armor to collect. Ask or forever hold your peace. Or whatever it is they say at those weddings.
Anyone else? At a game?
At a game, I am stumped. Dalmar's like, can we just get this fucking over with? Like, Dalmar's mind is just, what?
Can you at least give us a hint to how to read the scabbard?
For that, you'll at least have to give my friend a look. And you hear him whistle in a high pitch before stumbling out of the tent is the halfling that you've seen prior. Just kind of tumble their way forward out of there with disheveled hair and kind of like halfway dressed clothes. Just goes, yeah, what is it? We doing something?
Nope, 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 not doing that.
Goes, if he could take a glance. Glance of what? What are we looking at? You're
This
still
is the
holding your
halfling
hands,
from
right?
their hideout, not
Yeah,
the
it's-
halfling that we murdered and buried in a hole, right?
Yeah, this is the halfling from the hideout.
Okay.
That was my question too. I'm glad you asked.
You said you're holding the scab in your arms, right?
Yes, it's in my hand. It's gripped firmly in my hand.
You do see the halfling immediately like kind of lock eyes and it goes, am I getting the chance to do it? Am I actually getting a chance to read it? He goes, no, not yet. They have to agree to it. Don't reach for the book. And you just see him kind of hold his hand into his shirt and goes, "Ah." Well,
At a game, have you ever tried identifying that fucking thing?
yes, it is not magical.
Okay.
Yeah, the scabbard
Yeah,
itself
it's
is
a-
not magical.
It's a normal ass scabbard, but it has a map on it.
Overcoms, can I take a look at it real fast?
I'll hand it to Jack.
You see the halfling's eyes just track it.
I'm gonna look over Jack's shoulder at this thing.
So is the writing on the inside or the outside of this?
There is no writing.
Or map or
It
whatever?
is just detailed design that, upon first glance, it just looks like extremely intricate finesse calligraphy of sort, though you do note that it is not a language of any kind. And in fact, Ashrin, it kind of seems like, oh, this is just some ultra expensive noble crap. But the fact that Volmer keeps saying there's a map in there, both of you give me intelligence checks.
Intelligence. No arcana or...
Straight intelligence.
You know,
You don't
Now
get
we'll
your
take a
hidden
quick look,
bullshit
too.
here, Jack.
Nope.
With
Yeah,
both
I'm
of
gonna
you
take a quick
looking it
look.
over, even though Volmer says there is a map in there, you just don't see what it's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty Volmer, but I don't see anything.
I'll pass off to Dalmar, since he's asking.
Dalmar,
Like,
make yours with advantage.
oh,
I'd like to see Finoa get like a fucking 20 on this.
Dalmar, you yourself looking this over, there's really almost nothing to it. It just looks like more fancy crap that you've just stolen off of someone's wall and pawned it off and made a quick buck off of it. But there's almost this blurred double vision that you get, and you feel assistance from behind you. That it almost churns and twists the map in a certain way that makes you see a landscape of some kind. You can't make it out, but you can see it. You can see what Volmer's talking about. That there's definitely a detail in there that's land, a location of some sort.
over mental comms. You know, I can kind of see the map. A bit fuzzy, but it's there.
I've been looking at that fucking scabbard for over 10 years. Of course there's a map there.
I like to think that Finoa is literally just jumping up and down beneath Dama's like, I want to look, I want to look, I want to look.
Let
My
Finoa
dog
look.
is barking.
I want Finoa to roll a nat 20 here.
Me too.
That would be
It
fantastic.
would be possible if you guys want, if you're handing over to Finoa to give it a shot.
Yep.
Sure, and I like how only now in front of potential rivals, the group's like, okay, maybe now we should give a shit.
Yeah, which, by the way, the halfling that's just been following the scabbard go from hand to hand at this point, you see that he's just biting into his nails, which you now see already have, like, terrible bite marks into them already. It's like a nervous habit of his. And you just see the drow woman having to constantly, like, pat him on the shoulder and the back to be like, just hold it in, they'll give up eventually.
Now you fuckers give a shit about Volmir's life work.
Is it bad that I kind of want to whisper to the halfling and be like, yo, blink twice if you need help?
If you want. Meanwhile, Finoa's literally just turning it left and right, upside down, turning her own head upside down. Can't see.
Pretty butterfly there.
Yeah.
See, we've cared about your work. It's just
Now you have confirmation that this is something important.
we haven't also had the fucking real time too.
Also that too.
Because it was, oh look, we met with this person. Oh look, you're now dealing with these shady people. Oh look, you have to go fight this thing. Oh fuck, it's a goddamn golem.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, there's a demon.
Still, Volmir's like made it expressly clear that like he wants to do this, or they want to do this, because it relates to the scabbard.
Yeah. Okay. Give it back to fucking Volmer.
And also, it
This is
wasn't
your shit.
until honestly, what for Dalmar, it wasn't until Volmer started talking about Volmer's life goals that he really gave a shit. He's like, "Oh, big challenge. Okay, now you have my attention."
Give it back to Volmer and be like, Overcoms, this is your shit. You know they're shady. There's a good chance they'll lie to you. And there's a good chance that they'll try to get this before you can. You say it's been your life's work. Your choice.
How do I know that if I give you the scabbard, you'll post the information, like instead of just lying to us?
I suppose at that point you'll just have to trust us. We haven't lied to you before now, why would we now? Maybe don't answer that question.
No dice.
You just see the halfling visibly just like got stabbed in the heart in that instant.
Oh, do I have my...
You,
I don't. Next level I'd have it. Fuck.
I'm gonna be honest. It was like that. I was going, okay, if I get 25 or lower, then I'll fucking do it.
That's exactly what I was thinking for Noah.
I have an idea, and I don't know if I want to do it or not.
Do it.
Well,
Do it. If
you want to try it.
one-on-one comes,
Uh-huh.
do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm already on their shit list anyway.
Yep. Yes.
I'm gonna open up one-on-one comms with the halfling. See if
Okay.
he accidentally just starts spilling his thoughts over the connection.
Okay. So what are you saying to him?
I'm not. I'm just gonna see. Initially, I'm just gonna see if his thoughts just flood into the connection.
I first off, let me double check. I think
It's like an
Have to-
active.
I
I'd like
think
to see if he's
active
accidentally
thing.
speaking into it.
Yeah. See if he like not paying attention or hyper focusing or.
Oh my god, you could have done group comms with him. And we all kind of sat there and confused him.
That one would have worked. Yeah, that one would have worked.
Actually,
Well-
never mind. I'm gonna. Upon seeing the halfling's reaction, I'm gonna feel bad as well as I know this is actually a big lead.
Yeah, speak telepathically. So it sounds like it does have to be a directed communication.
So I will offer the scabbard to the halfling. Actually, now that I think about it, it might be a better idea to do this.
You see him just immediately kind of pep up at that, and the drow just looks at you just interested. Goes, I can't tell if you have a heart or not at this point. I would say I would like to check, but I feel like that'd be inappropriate with your new body.
Well,
As you hand it over to the halfling, he very eagerly just snatches it out of your hand and instantly just puts it onto the ground. And you see him just open his notebook, just openly starts flipping through several pages of what looks like just cat scratch and idiocy all over the place, which
Over the
Damar you can actually
connection?
read.
Oh.
'Cause
Okay.
that is all in Thieves' Camp.
Ah, interesting.
I can read it too.
Right, you are part rogue. That's right.
Yes, I am
Yeah.
rogue.
So if either of you want to try and see what the hell he's flipping
Fuck yeah, I
through,
do.
give me a perception check.
Jackson knows you, motherfucker.
Okay. Dalmar, what you get is just a lot of jibber jabber of information, of leads and connections, of people's names, names you don't recognize, titles, locations, all things that just kind of mishmash between one together. That somehow this halfling has pieced together this immaculate history of some kind that you can't really piece together, but you can at least understand that, like, this halfling, for as crazy as he seems, actually knows what he's talking about for the most part. While Jack, with the 22, it's hard given all the pages that he's flipping through back and forth, looking at information here and there, and little details one to another. But you get a clearer read of the story, where every once in a while you see the words before he turns the page. And what you can make out is the separated islands, protection, and destruction. The pieces shouldn't be brought together. The pieces need to be kept unknown. But you also would get that he does write scripture of them finding the pieces, but he never writes about them collecting them.
Separate islands. Destruction. Okay.
Over mental comms, just what are your thoughts?
Jack?
Is that to me or to the halfling?
No, that's
That's
one-on-one to the
good.
halfling.
Oh, that's on the one-to-one to the halfling?
Yeah, sorry.
Ah,
I didn't
okay.
make
I
that clear.
thought you were checking that to Jack.
Nope.
You guys visibly see the halfling pause for a moment and kind of look up before registering it to you. And he tilts his head before he goes, I see. And you see him literally visibly concentrate, and you hear the response, and he goes, very complicated, very hard to read, but I think I can figure it out. I think I have it. I think I know the location. And he goes right back to working on it as you all see that visible pause. And you see the both drow just look at him confused, look at each other, look at Dalmar. You see the cogs kind of turning in their heads.
So, separate islands. Could I maybe get an idea of where that might be that they're talking about in the pages?
Give me an intelligence check. Or history, your choice. One of the two.
Okay, we'll go with history. Fucking 5.
The 15, it's hard. The separate islands. There's so many islands in the world that have long lost connections since the gods departed, and even to this day, they still haven't found a majority of them. Wild islands are discovered are only because people knew exactly where to go to find those. If someone doesn't know exactly where they are, odds are it's still lost out there.
I'm guessing in his travels, would he have seen like at least a map of all the different continents and stuff?
Yeah, easily.
Okay, just kind of glancing through the world map stuff. Would he know anything about the islands off the coast of Dudman, and the ones off of the Slatian Theocracy and Dorero? Holy crap!
So the ones off of Dudeman, that would be a bit on the easier side. One being on the continent, and two, they don't really cover up much information on those islands. They are mostly kept as wild area, but not in the sense of like no one lays claim to it. Obviously, Dudeman does, but that for some unknown reason they lay claim to it. They build ever so often civilization there, but it never seems to stick. That for whatever reason, those islands cling onto nature far harder than any other location on this continent.
Okay. And side note, can you type out what he noticed in the pages? Because I'm already starting to lose shit. I know there's something about like destruction.
Okay, so yeah, it's like just I'm gonna type it out right here. It's just has to do with destruction, protection,
And
separate islands. I misspelled separate, and the pieces are to be kept away from each other. They hunt and find them, but no mentions to collecting them. And I will send that to you by DM as well.
Okay. As he's
Okay.
kind of going over the scabbard, I'm just gonna ask them. Have you guys ever been to the islands off the coast of Dudeman?
That was a prospect of ours, but let's just say ship travel over there is hard to find. And you'll be sooner chased out than you realize.
So there's no ancient ruins out there that might hold some secrets to this?
Oh, there probably is. Somewhere on there. It's not much land, but the denizens on that island are not to be trifled with.
Insight check on if they've been there?
Make an insight check.
I'm gonna make one too, if that's fine.
Go for it. With the 2022, you can both tell there's a half-truth in there. But there is a reservation, and that reservation, as far as you can tell, with the 2022, is that he's talking about that out of personal experience. As in, just himself.
Okay. Huh. And what about the islands off of the other continent? Shit, I'm already off of Leia, whatever. The ones at the bottom.
Oh, Laya.
Leia.
And which one do you say? The Theocracy?
Yeah, those three there.
Give me a history check on that one.
Okay. Oops. Wrong tab. Fucking 16.
16. There's really not much information on them, and the biggest reason why is mostly because Laya still has affinity towards religious means and the gods, and one of the more wider known but kept secret things is that the islands off of there are to be kept solitary, for they seem to be grounds that are either touched by the gods or special to them in some way.
So, this is the first continent I've been exploring to. Have you been to Laya by any chance? And had any luck finding anything over there?
We've tried expanding our expeditions, but there's only so much you could do when you're, undercover, secret, can't really do much else. I mean, you can ask your friends over there what we do to make a living. Might not like it, but gotta make it somehow.
What do they do?
Well, to our knowledge, one time they raised skeleton armies for a skeleton army for a group of criminals to try to destroy a city.
We didn't raise them. We let them control it.
Also, insight check on the Laya thing, if they've been there.
Oh, make an insight check.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, like, fucking...
No idea.
Over mental comms, I'm gonna tell Volmer, we need to have a fucking chat later.
Okay, you literally knew about the skeleton army thing. You just forgot to mention that like they worked with this. Okay, you knew that they worked with the freaking halfling, or it was a halfling, right, or the gnome. And when I brought out, I did bring out a sheet that showed we dealt with a skeleton army.
I must miss that part. Yeah.
You've totally missed. Okay, out of character, you missed that. Like,
The only thing I will give Ashton on this is I don't think you mentioned at all that they played a pivotal part in it. They participated, but you never actually told her what they actually did.
Yeah.
Fair.
Over
Yeah,
comms.
no.
I agree with Ashton. We need to have
Yeah.
a nice
Yeah.
discussion after this. Because, what the fuck? Going back
Yeah.
to conversation.
It's around that moment where you just hear the halfling just kind of like, ah, I got it. Ah.
Connections?
Hmm?
Oh, over mental comms to the halfling. Connections?
Not at all. He just goes, I don't know where it is, but I know the map, I know the island lookout, and I know the stars. Stars. It's in the stars. Not the island, the map. And you even see both drafts look at him just utterly confused, goes, we need to work on your method of translation. It goes, it's in the stars. What do you mean? I don't need to translate anything about that.
Are you trying to say it's in space?
Of course not. It's not in the astral sea. Who in the world would travel? Xal'Mel would travel to the astral sea. Well, actually, the astral sea would be very exciting. But no, the
Jack just,
island
like, slowly
is
raising
on
his hand.
Xal'Mel. However, the map lies within the stars.
It's a star chart?
No. It's a map, but of the stars. And he kind of points to the
Constellations.
bits on the scabbard itself, which only Dalmor and Volmor really can piece anything together there, as he's pointing from one place to another. He goes, these are the positions of the star. If you can find yourself in that position, you'll find yourself at the island.
Mm-hmm.
See? See?
Okay, first of all,
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna join. Wait.
He's manic, but to the best of your ability, you can tell he's being honest in his own fucked up, crazy way, which is hard to believe.
second of all,
Generally, people who are that passionate about something won't be lying when they're that excited.
can I like roll something to try to get like? Because Volmir's a smart guy, but I'm in real life. I'm a dumbass, so I don't get what he's saying. Could I like roll something to see if Volmir as a character would get it?
Oh, so yeah, make an intelligence check. Yeah.
Just to try to get a dumbed down version.
Yeah, let's see how much Vollmer knows of the stars. Yeah, okay. It's never a major subject. Kind of how the halfling said. The astral sea is a subject matter of curiosity, and someone needs to be focused on that to worry about it. But at least when it comes to just star charts in general and star placements, the way he's talking about it is in some way, shape, or form Jack's not wrong when he says this is a star chart. However, it is a star chart of one specific instance. And it is that instance of which he's saying you need to be able to see this singular instance and you will be there. How the fuck to get there? It's another question entirely.
So we have to basically go to every island on the fucking continent.
We have to know how to navigate by the stars, is what we need to know how to do.
Pretty much.
Overcomms.
If only we had a astro druid.
Overcomms. Like, Volmer, have you ever tried, like, putting ink on the scabbard and, like, rolling it across the paper and making an actual map?
I don't believe so.
I'd imagine not, just because I feel like Volmer wouldn't want to risk damaging or tinting the
Yeah.
scabbard.
That'd be a risk of I don't want to fuck up the original thing.
Yeah, I feel like Volmer would not have attempted that.
He has prestidigitation to clean it.
Point.
You're not wrong, Fanoa. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You know what? Then actually, give me an intelligence check, Fanoa, with advantage actually there.
Give me a
Oh,
moment.
'cause
I
she
lost
spent
my
time on a
mouse.
boat.
Yeah, she spent time as a sailor. Yeah, that blinked me. Yeah.
She was a sailor for a while, at least in her original backstory. I don't know if she rewrote that.
Shush your face.
Yeah, navigating by the stars is something in real life very much was
Take the
a
higher score.
thing.
I feel like she just knows this because she watched Pirates of the Caribbean earlier.
No, I've learned it
Good
somewhere. I
movie.
don't remember where.
The way that he's talking about this to Fanoa, you remember this kind of conversation happening a lot in your sailor days. And while you don't understand the map, you don't understand where the hell he's talking about, you at least get the idea like, maybe I can help with that if you put that in dumbed down words in an actual fucking map. Instead of a scabbard that makes no sense. Yeah. But as he kind of finishes that little ramble of his, the dry kind of reaches his hand. It's like, all right, calm down there. We'll figure out what exactly in the hell's you're talking about.
Over
now,
one-on-one
though-
comms with the halfling.
Mhm.
Which one do you think is the predominant star? Is it the North Star or the East Star, do you think?
Neither. It's neither. And you just see him point to one of the stars on the scabbard, and everybody just kind of looks at him very confused when he does it. He goes, "This one right here would be the predominant, but it doesn't belong to any constellation that I know of. Perhaps a timely one. I need a star chart." And he immediately starts flipping through all the pages again. He goes, calm down there. We'll figure it out as we go.
Do I catch anything else in the book when he starts flipping through?
Give me another perception check.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fuck me!
Your
Sideways!
rules have been shit today.
They
Yeah.
bounce between incredible to shit over and over. But as Dalmar, since he's been the one focusing on it and he's basically talking to you, you kind of can figure that what he has written, where he's turning all the pages very rapidly, and he starts slowing down somewhere near the 3/4 point, is he has several just hand-drawn maps of different islands, different continents, different chunks of land, and all sorts of details. One of them you recognize. And the only reason you recognize is because you spent quite a bit of time there as the underground passages in Wickham, which you know are predominantly patrolled and controlled by the underground of the city.
Interesting.
And you see him eventually kind of land on a page that looks like it is to be a star chart, but he immediately just cusses in a language I don't think any of you guys know. I don't think any of you speak Halfling.
Halfling? So basic.
Oh, I know fucking Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish, but I don't know Halfling.
Yeah. Yeah, he speaks in a swear that none of you understand, and immediately just shuts his book in anger. He goes, I need a star chart. I need a star chart. He goes, all right, calm down. You will figure something out. Give the man, elf, you're gonna mess me up for the longest time. Give the elf his scabbard, their scabbard back. I don't even know what to call you anymore, by the gods. Give them their scabbard back, and we will take our information and leave.
You know, suddenly I'm really liking this gender change. I'm gonna hold my hand out for the scabbard.
Wait till you go to a bar.
You see
I
the
do know how to
halfling
shoot
kind of,
fireballs out of my fingertips, so...
you do see the halfling does take the scabbard up and shove it into your arms, and almost instantly you see him turn around, just bring a hand to his chin, just muttering to us like, I got the star chart map, and then I can point it to different directions. But if it's temporary, I can't exactly figure that out. And he's just going on until he just walks into the tent and you just vanish. Well, that was lovely. Thank you for the exchange of information. We have an appointment with an armor.
Okay, quick thing. Can I roll Arcana to see if I could tell if the tent's a portal or just things hidden in there?
Just make an Arcana check. This will be just for you kind of just looking at it and trying to puzzle together. 23. There's two possibilities here. Number one, they have an illusion over the cover of the tent that is making it look like it is, and the inside is possibly bigger than the outside. Or a spell of which you know is of a high degree level, where if you place it in the exact same position or on the exact same doorway for a solid year, gives you permanent access to a personal pocket dimension.
So it's a TARDIS, basically.
It could be a TARDIS, yeah.
Okay, noted. And that is all.
High level motherfuckers.
And
Guess I'm
with
playing
that,
shift.
I bid you all adieu. And he just very properly bows like he's feigning royalty. Recommendation: leave your horses with some feed when you have them tied up. They were a little hungry when they got here.
At a game, I think we did.
You gave
We
them food
totally
before you
did.
left, but you guys have been gone for 13 hours.
Dalmar keeps the back of the cart stored up. Cause
Yeah,
one of those
the back
is,
of the cart.
they were tied up, aren't they?
They are tied up.
Yeah. That's your horse, Dalmar. God.
Actually, I'm pretty sure
That is a good point.
everyone down there the one taking care of the horses.
Yeah, kind of bit of both, yeah.
Well, I mean, one of those horses is mine, so.
Yeah.
And the other one was Iskenderun's?
Yeah,
I
those
think.
Scanner rooms.
So,
Oh, I thought one of them was mine.
You
yeah,
have a third
Voldemort
one.
had a horse.
Yeah, you have three.
Oh.
You have three now.
yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers have three horses now.
Yeah, and Corvus never needed one because he could run as fast as one.
Yeah.
We just got a free horse because I was gone for a while.
One session.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
One session, you
To
gotta
be
fucking
fair, it was one session, but it was also like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, fair.
Excuse me.
Regardless, you do watch as the or the drow woman, sorry, not, I'm getting mixed up now, fucking Vollmer. The drow woman goes to start to collapse the tent. Seemingly just with no care really there. And as she kind of bundles it up and ties it off, And you watch as she kind of just puts it onto her shoulder and goes, "Let's go. We have a deadline to meet." I was, I'm coming. Enjoy your endeavors, whatever it is you're up to now. I'm sure you have a lot to do and a lot to converse about. Especially hunting for that map. Gives you a wink, starts walking off.
Okay, so first thing, well, my gut reaction right now is to go to the Adventurers Guild. I'm gonna be honest.
Are they walking off? Or are they, like, poofing?
No, they're walking.
Okay. Over Metacoms. Fulmer, I have an idea. You're not gonna like it, but I have an idea. Do you have some ink?
I believe I have some ink. Why do you ask?
Give me some ink. Give me some paper. Anyone got paper?
I mean, I know Volmer does.
I have
Yeah.
paper too, but I don't.
Perfect. Give me some ink. Give me some paper. Give me your scabbard.
I don't know if I like that combination of items.
I have an experiment.
Are you gonna let me know what the experiment is before you start messing with my life's work?
I'm gonna make us
That's
a map.
part of the experiment.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna make us an actual map.
Do you think it'll work?
Good chance. So, like, the design is actually, like, etched in, or is it just
Yeah.
straight? Okay.
It's a mixture of etching and rising.
Okay.
So it is textured.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it
texture.
is
That's the main thing. Okay. A little bit of ink on the scabbard around the whole contents of where the map would be. We could roll it across the paper. And we both have spells that could remove the ink from the scabbard without damaging it. Since scrubbing would be what would damage this. We could then get a physical copy of said map.
Even if it's in a physical copy, like a piece of paper, it wouldn't really change how it's read, so I don't see how that'd help you, but
It would be easier to read. If more than one person could read it at a time.
fine.
Flat instead of round.
Yeah.
Though I have a way that can save us some ink.
Oh?
Prestidigitate the scabbard to soil it with ink.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. That works.
There are so many fucking uses for this spell. You guys
Yep.
do not realize.
Oh, I realize.
Now the soiling stays, right?
That's the only thing that I'm worried about is that. Granted, he's done sand before. You've allowed that, so.
Yeah, I'm assuming then I can just because you can soil and then you can clean.
I'm just double checking that the soil stays.
It does.
Yeah, it's still a cleaner solid object, no larger than a cubic foot. So yeah, it would stay. Yeah.
And then I can clean it up after?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So after making it, yeah, it becomes real. I was making sure it doesn't poof after a minute, so then that means that the map would also poof after a minute.
Oh, yeah. At that point, you'd use real ink and.
Yeah, that's why I was looking it up. I was like, does it permanently soil, or does it like just soil for a minute and it goes poof? Like, no, it permanently soils.
So I'm going to, I guess, roll out a piece of my paper, hand jack the scabbard, and then soil it with ink.
Okay. And you get yourselves a pressing. It does take a couple sheets of paper, because obviously a scabbard is a bigger than one sheet of paper item.
Mm-hmm.
But you do eventually get a much more flatter look of what this quote-unquote map is.
And I'm gonna
Also,
use.
side note, whenever someone else holds the scabbard, Volmir doesn't go leave within 10 feet of them. I'm gonna make that a thing.
I'm also going to use prestidigitation on these pieces of paper to any of the blotching areas to clean up and make more
Make it
straight
refined.
lines. Yeah.
Okay. After a little bit of handiwork, you guys have a much more cleaner and more visible look of a map, quote unquote, that only Delmar and Volmar really understand, if at all.
My character freely communicate with his spirit thing, with his Kalashtar spirit.
It's a mix and a mingle. When it comes to freely communicating, it's mostly just emotion and reaction. When it comes to any genuine communication, it's usually told within vision or within dreamlike conversation.
Okay. I'd like to talk to my Kalashtar spirit about that.
Okay, so while
See
you
if
guys
it
are
can
all
help.
working on this, you just see Dalmar kind of step off to the side a little bit and just kind of closes his eyes and starts to concentrate. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check. I would say with advantage for this situation, actually.
Right.
Dalmar doesn't really try this often. And, and it's almost like that, like, a friend that's always offering to help, but you always say no. And now is the moment you're calling them up and they're like, well, you're only going to call me when you need me, so no. And it's just, you feel it's there, but it's not communicating right now.
So, do the like in this world, do people understand that there are actual like planets and shit like that out there too?
No. For the most part, only scholars that are aware of the Astral Sea understand that there is more out there.
So Jack would probably have some understanding.
Yes, that,
Yeah.
once again, it's that idea of like, well, you don't know much about the Astral Sea. What information you do know is that that place is creepy as fuck, weird as hell, and that there is so much more out there that scholars to this day can barely comprehend.
And at a game, the whole like him muttering, the halfling muttering about it being like not there, but needs to, maybe it's like a special event type of thing. Was that like out loud to where everyone heard it, or was that to Dalmar over
Yes,
mental?
that was out loud.
So would Jack have any knowledge of whether or not there are certain times when planets would show in the sky?
There are countless degrees of where there are times when the solstice would create new constellations, or just in sudden areas there would be new constellations that are formed, and even sometimes religions and just indigenous people would take those as signatures of the gods, being like, today is the day that this constellation shows up, which means that is Korvik Day, which means that we need to celebrate this god or something like that.
With the help of the other two, explaining the map to him a little bit more, would any of this line up to any of these other special days or when certain planets or whatever bodies might show up in the sky?
I'll say that you guys, just like the halfling said, need to find a star chart to kind of start like looking through all these options, because the actual options and knowing what these constellations are a different story. Like, you can know that there are different constellations. Like, I can
Yeah.
tell you there's a Taurus constellation out there, but you don't know what the Taurus is unless I point it out to you.
Okay.
Which I guess in that case, Jack, with
Yep.
your background,
Yep. That's what I was just looking at.
yeah, you know where to find this information for. All right, let's see. Star
Fucking
chart.
researcher on the
It
stage.
is it the best location or the closest location?
When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or sage, or other learned person or creature.
Okay, so it's like just
Um,
generic. I know this
yeah.
place has star
Your
charts.
DM might rule that the knowledge you seek is secreted away in an almost inaccessible place, or that it simply cannot be found. Yeah, unearthing, whatever. Yeah.
So place
I'm
you
gonna be honest, my gut reaction is still go to the Adventurers Guild because we have 2 basilisks we need to sell. Vero wants to check the fucking price of their potion that they forgot to do. We still need to. They might have star charts. They might have experts on this type of thing, and they might be able to set us up with a sailor or someone who can bring us to an island.
to answer you, Jack, a location that you would know of that has star charts available, or at least that is being currently studied, is in Kalfod in the Principality of Geklis, which I will drag you all over there. It is one of the only places, at least on this continent, that have a well-funded planetarium sort of get out.
And I'll
And even then, saying that, you would also know it's not exactly big by any means, but the fact that they do have one obviously means that they invest time into studying the Astral Sea.
Yeah, and I guess I'm guessing Bezelak has one too, over there.
Oh yeah, because you come from Bezelak.
Yeah.
Yeah, bar none. Actually,
Kaboria would probably have one.
give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Make it history. Make it
History.
specifically
Okay. There we go.
26. This is something that only Jack knows. But even then, saying that is a bit hard. There's a city in Kaboria Jack only knows the name of. He's never been to it, hasn't even seen it on any map. But he knows that the family has spoken to dealings to a city that apparently invests in magic even further than Xal'Mel, than Melker, and that it is personally being kept secret for whatever reason.
Okay. So there's a city being kept secret in fucking Bezelak.
And his family has done dealings with them, but he also knows that yes, we know the city name. The the people who go there know the location, but as general information and with a even with the 26, Jack doesn't know the location.
Does Jack know the name?
Luma.
Aluma. Okay. Where the fuck is Aluma at?
No, it's just Luma.
Oh,
And
Luma. Yeah.
like I said, with 26, Jack is more than aware. It is not on any map.
Yeah. That's. Okay. He just knows it's on the continent or in the country?
He knows it's on the continent
Continent. Okay.
of Beasalok. Literally has no idea the country, no idea the general location, just knows it exists. And that for some reason, that place has been kept more secret than any other and is far beyond magic than even Melker.
Okay. I will reiterate this to the group as we're talking about the principality and his knowledge of Bezelak.
Well, fancy a trip home?
Former. You've heard the name Luma before.
Where have I heard this name?
It was during the dinner between royals in Bill. You remember that in that dinner was a pair of royals that doesn't usually come to the continent, which is why it was so widely spread. And it was that of the king and queen of Luma.
Wait, was Fulmer there for that one?
He wasn't. That's how big the news was.
No, I meant the Bill dinner. Wait, was it Bill?
I mean, at that point, I think that was before I left the college, and like there are some. I assume there were some noble kids there from the way KTK describes, like talks about it sometimes.
Mhm.
So
Again, the city of Luma is known to be beyond in the arcane. So in a wizard's college, that is literally a gold mine. But the wizard college has no idea where Luma is. All they knew is when they heard of this king and queen coming from Luma onto this continent, it became the gossip of the college.
Sorry.
so what you're saying is my best lead would, or so major leads that are going to college.
Yeah. You know for a fact they went to Bill, and you know for a fact the college knew of them coming.
And the other thing we have is going down to Calfod for the star charts to figure it out ourselves.
Yep. You got 3 options.
Or-
Technically a 4th if you want to look into the map that Delmar saw in the Halfling's notebook.
Okay, so I have 2 leads relating to the name Luma. So I heard rumors about this when I was still at my old wizard's college, but some nobility from there went to a royal's dinner at Bill, and it was huge gossip around the college for a while. But nobody has any clue where it is.
Interesting. Most likely, that type of information would be closely guarded. I don't know how this helps us.
However little this helps. And as much as this makes me uncomfortable, it might be worth giving Wickamp a visit.
Why Wickamp?
When the halfling was flipping through his notebook, he saw a map of its underground that I know is heavily infested and controlled by the city's underbelly. I knew. I helped run it.
Awesome. Two of our leads currently are hated by the characters.
Wait, 2 of them are hated?
Volmir doesn't want to go back to Kahil yet.
Keely.
Amar doesn't want to go to Wickamp.
Ah. Wait, what lead do you have in Keely? Oh, the college.
Yeah,
I
college.
was like, my mind set on Bill, and I'm like, why Keely? Well, it's gonna be a long, long trip to Calfod. We are a lot closer to Wickamp. This is up to y'all. We have star charts we can go to try to figure out this map. More specifically, we have these weirdos going after the armor. They know where the bow pieces are, but they haven't collected them. We know they went down
Okay.
to Wickamp.
Question, because our character icon to tell us where we are is kind of in a weird spot.
Mhm.
Are we closer to Bonsar, how to pronounce it, the city with the Adventurers Guild? Or are we closer to Wickamp?
Technically, you're pretty even in between. However, since there is a main road going through the mountain straight to Balloonsar, it is bar none faster to go to Balloonsar than it is to Wickamp. Because you'll either have to travel to Balloonsar, hug the river, and go all the way down to Wickamp, or go around the mountainside in completely wild terrain and make your way to Wickamp.
Yeah, we're on Barrel's token.
I think we should go to Bulenzar first, and then we could decide from there, since it's pretty close to both Bill and Wickham. We can't go to my college, since that's too far, and there's a ocean or river between.
No, it's considered ocean, yeah.
Yeah, and the Luma, whatever, is on Bezalak, so another continent completely.
Is there another map at a game question other than what's on here that
Yes.
shows the two continents?
What do you mean shows two continents?
In Discord, go to images and maps. Shows you the 3 continents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
have those uploaded there at all times in images and maps.
Yes, I have been going back to them constantly.
So where's... Okay. So Boris Lands, this is... So even though it's one continent, even though it's 2 islands. Okay.
Yes. Since you were born here, it is rather common knowledge that no one knows why, no one knows how, but when the gods departed, the land split in 2. However, down at the seabed, they do still connect, so they're still considered one continent despite being split in half.
Okay.
Which is partially the same reasoning behind Laya, which is also technically 2 different continents, but is considered one because something happened that split them apart, and they consider themselves still one land.
God, dick dragging across the ground.
Okay.
Well, what does everyone else think?
Well, I'd rather not work with cultists anymore.
Me too.
Oh, I think that bridge is burned, so that's good.
And, I don't know how I feel about the shady underbelly of a city, but, if we have to, I guess we could.
Yeah.
I honestly believe Bulenzar would be our best start, though. Just
Okay.
because of the resources that Almar, Vanilla, Vero, and I have with the Adventurers Guild.
Sorry, every time I look up at the kingdom of Coachessel, I always think Coachella. Let's go to Coachella, guys! Oh, well, if you have resources, we can try those out, I guess. If we can't find anything there, we at least know we can go down to Kalfad. It will be a long travel, but,
Either way, Bulenzar would be the fastest way to the lead.
Let's go there.
I'm still wondering why they didn't collect those bow pieces. They know where they're at.
No, where one's at. There's 4 pieces.
No, they know where they all are. Right?
No, they said they only knew where one was.
You only know where one is.
I thought you said in the journal said that they found where the other.
It talks about trying to find them and trying to discover them, but there is no mention to actually collecting them.
Oh, okay.
So they're all about, we will find them,
Sorry.
but there's not a single word about them actually taking them for themselves.
Okay, I read that wrong.
Yeah.
I thought it was that they did find them and just didn't touch them.
No.
Okay, erase.
Retcon time.
Yep. I don't like these people. I like how much information they have, but I don't like these people. I don't trust these people.
Same, but it was better than getting killed.
Jack, you are in the same boat as I am.
So,
You have information on your life's work, but you don't like the method. Or
Yeah.
personality. Or anything about them, really. I really want to blow that one guy up.
Which one?
The what is he called? Drow. Forgot what they were called for a second. I'm tired. Out of character.
Racist. Oh.
Hey, I just forgot the names and out of character. Drow. Like to blow him up.
As you guys begin to get ready, untying your horses and getting onto the cart, and beginning to make your way towards Balloonzar. As you all get your rest, so go ahead and mark off long rest if you still need any. I don't believe anyone's done anything in the meantime, though.
Hit
All
die.
the same.
Ah, hit die, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, most of you went into the pool anyway, so most of your hit die's already covered anyways.
It's still
Oh,
worth
and we
pursuing.
had a long rest right before we left anyway, right?
Yeah, and I'm 90% sure you all didn't do anything before that.
I'm contemplating casting a spell to help Jack with charisma checks.
You should
Could've.
have.
And
Problem
that's
is,
Cody
last time I
would've
tried
done that.
casting that spell for charisma check bonuses around them, they counterspelled it.
Yeah.
They're petty bastards.
I mean, you're casting a spell.
Can't
It
blame
was
them.
harmless.
They don't know that. Or
There.
maybe they did it.
Still.
They didn't want you casting it anyways.
Yeah.
Regardless, along your travels on the main road, causing you no issue. Between the mountains where you can see that there is a partially carved and partially natural terrain leading
No.
through it.
While we're going through the mountains, Wolmir's completely on edge and ready to, keeping an eye to the sky, ready to cast a spell at any moment.
Give me a perception check.
Purely because of the rock.
22. So the entire just ride, Volmer has just been stressed out and just has their book out in their hand their entire time. Just slowly flipping through the pages, just waiting to see something in the skies.
Are you good? What's wrong?
Amar and I have really bad luck moving through these mountains. It's a rock that... Okay, this is a funny
He's
story, actually.
okay.
At a game.
One time we were riding through these mountains and everything seemed okay, and a giant rock came out of nowhere and killed one of our two horses.
It wasn't these
And then-
mountains.
And then the next day it came back and got our other horse.
Also, Jack's right, it wasn't these mountains.
It's north of Bill.
Oh, it wasn't
That
these?
happened.
It was north
Uh,
of
It
my
was
bad.
like up here where that happened.
Yeah.
Still fucking forget where I rode through, but DK said I saw the rock when I was riding through the mountains somewhere else.
I think that was
When I was
over,
trying to chase you guys down.
I believe that was also upwards there. I'm not entirely
I
positive.
like
don't
around
remember.
there, down here.
I don't remember.
I'll at least say that the rock's territory is between those two mountain ranges up top there.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about that same rock, but I could worry about a different rock.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
it was
okay.
quite a shiny boulder.
Hell, they even joked with you and saying like, man, that one's real feisty. Maybe it's mating season.
So, also, Fulmer, Dolmar, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
I would like to second that.
Noted.
I just imagined like Ashford and myself just sitting there like this, side by side, just glaring at the rest of them.
Probably like one day later.
Explaining it.
Like one day later when y'all feel secure that it's like, all right, we're going away from them. We're alone between these fucking mountains. What the fuck?
No. This is like 2 hours later.
Ah,
Yes,
there you go.
What the
explain
fuck?
now.
I like to imagine that while we're riding through the mountains, he shouts that and you can hear it echo.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
Okay, I guess I should start from when we first started going after the bow, since that's when Dalmar was pulled into this, and that was my first major lead on any of this. So, a while back, we met this guy named Dalmar. Dalmar was kind of fucking insane, but he could sense where parts of the bow were.
Darren.
Aaron, fuck. Why did you guys choose such similar names? Anyway, your names always trip me. Anyway, right on everything I said, make it Darren. You get what I mean.
He was crazy.
He was crazy, but also he was magic. Like, not wizard magic or sorcerer magic, like something was giving him power.
So, warlock.
Yep.
I was like,
Well,
God.
that's not always bad, right?
Yeah?
Just mostly.
Jack just kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, Jack seems okay.
Anyway, we were
A
traveling
lot of
together.
people can seem okay and be as goody as the worst of them.
This is true. I thought you guys were good, and then we murdered somebody and chopped off his head, and
y'all
shit
murdered
happened.
someone?
Work for the cult.
So y'all did murder someone and chop off their head. Okay.
Yeah, and then
I
Vomer
thought we
blew
established,
up.
wait.
our
We did
friend.
establish that he did die to Jack.
Yes, I
And
believe
Jack was
so.
like, I don't know how I feel about them being revived.
Yeah, I feel like this has been established clearly. Yes.
Yeah, that part was definitely
Okay.
established before.
I knew he had put together the head thing. I didn't remember if it got established.
And then Vomer blew
It
up our friends during that same fight, killing one of them. And
Okay,
then I still traveled with them because I'm fucking crazy, apparently.
Apparently.
anyway, we'll get there later. Right now, we're just on fucking Darren. Okay, so, we were traveling with him for a day, and the sky went black for a day in a certain area. We think it was a radius thing, but naturally, being who we are, we went to investigate. Darren fucking stabbed an innocent man. And then we continued into the dungeon. We clearly had problems with this, but we didn't have a moment to spare at this point because there was a crowd trying to kill our other friend Sibo, and there's a whole other thing going on with Sibo. I will continue with that later. Ashrin, you.
Was it Sibo the gnome that you guys murdered?
No, he looks like the gnome that we murdered. He was stealing. We think he was using some magic to steal his face. It's once again, he was framing Sibo for crimes, basically. And that's why the crowd was after him. But Darren, some godforsaken reason, thought it was okay to stab a man. So, at this point, everyone's kind of pissed at him. So we find the dungeon, we start exploring through it. He's acting weirder and weirder. Then we go down a staircase, and down this staircase, it is completely pitch black. And then wisps of the darkness, because it was weird. It was like, I don't know how to explain this, like, out of character. I'm gonna be real.
To give it a bit of a more generic overview, is the room was spilling out darkness in waves and wisps, as he said, that were immediately filtering through the ceiling and shooting into the sky as far as they could tell.
And you
Upon-
guys walked into that?
We did an experiment to make sure that things would survive in there before we walked in. And then Dalmar went first, took 2 steps in. All of the wisps went into a fucking suit of armor, which fucking Jack, you were wondering why we sent the armor to the Shadowfowl. It's because it was attacking us. So we start trying to fight it. We have to retreat. There's a void portal on the other side of the room, so Jack and I run through that. Everyone else runs up the staircase.
I didn't run through anything.
Darren.
Darren, I am tired.
So, you and Darren ran through a portal, not knowing
a
where
void?
the fuck it might go.
He knew where it went.
How?
He
You
thought there was
trusted
a boat piece through it.
crazy man.
He thought he could sense a piece of the bow through it, if I remember correctly.
He sensed a sort of connection. He never specified as to what
Yeah.
happened.
So we ran through, we went to the void. He was like dead silent for like a good, how long were we in there again? I
5
forget.
minutes.
Yeah, he was like dead silent for a good 5 minutes, and then he told us to leave. And I didn't want to be in there for any longer, so I did, and he did. And the armor fucking stood down, so we left, and we kept exploring the dungeon. And
Yes.
there was this fucking ooze that ended up killing Darren. It's a long ass story, but basically, there was a monster in there, and because we knew we couldn't fight it, we baited it into fighting the armor. And it picked up the armor and it ran with it through the portal into the void. And then the portal closed.
First off, why the fuck would you follow a crazy man into a portal like that?
I think it's well established that Volmer's judgment is not the best.
Okay, I panic. I have moments where I panic in the moment. Okay.
In that game, the best part was when I played Corvus, he put a torch through there and it came back cut in half.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
And you ran through there?
and they ran through it.
I don't remember that
Yeah,
part.
that was his, because I wanted to do it as a
Who was
player.
first to go in there? Because I know it wasn't Volmir who was first to
No,
go
no,
in there.
No, Darren and Volmer were the first to go in there. Darren obviously first, but Jack with his sorry, it was Corvus with his monkness speed ran up to it first and went, "Should I go through this?" Stuck his torch in. When he pulled it out, it was cut, and he's like, "Fuck that!" Goes away from it.
Yep,
And then Dalmar went in, and then
No,
I think
Dalmar- Darren went in.
Darren.
And
I
Darren
did
went
none of
in.
that.
Fuck, I am.
And Volmer made
Oh
the
my
instant
God.
decision to follow it.
Yeah, like, in the moment, I'm like, you are fucking crazy as shit. And at that point in time, we went up and shut the door and locked it
Yeah.
and left him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that was during while we were going in the void. Oh, you're talking about the void portal.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking fucking darkness.
No.
No, the void
No,
portal.
about the void.
Okay. Y'all crazy.
Agreed.
Okay, I'm gonna be
Adventurous
real.
lifestyle can lead to excitement.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have the best judgment out of character, which is why I shouldn't be playing Volmir because I can't do this character justice. But here I am trying to play the smart guy as a complete idiot.
In all fairness, can't say Volmer has the best judgment either. He's trying to take on an empire that has withstood several rebellions,
Oh,
hoping
my
he'll
God.
be the one to make the difference.
I mean, the trick to that is you got to get the groups that participated in the several rebellions together at the same time.
Holy fuck. Okay. So, batshit insane. Explain to us the skeletons and why you worked with these
Okay.
people?
So, that was a while after we had it was our first commission with the Adventurers Guild. There were skeletons popping up around the border of the Dudeman Empire in the Grand Duchy of Kuban?
Boon.
Kaboon. That is such a weird pronunciation. Anyway.
Yes, it is.
So we went to explore a bit, and there were thousands of skeletons in a cave. We eventually found the source of them. Well, actually, on our way out. Sorry, this has been a minute, and a lot has happened since then. I've had a rough time with traveling in general, if you couldn't tell. Anyway,
Y'all said, "Fuck this, we're out."
yeah, we tried to leave, but the guards who were there when we first got there were all dead, and the entrance was fenced off.
Funny
You'll
enough, y'all
never guess who was threatening to kill us at that moment.
Funny enough, y'all never found out what happened to those guards.
I mean, it's pretty damn implied that
Corvus didn't care.
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking implied that the cultist killed them.
Or they were working for him. Yep. Okay.
We dealt with the skeletons, and that was how I first met them. And Jack, I'm sure you of all people would understand the moral dilemma of, I don't like how these people work, I don't want to work with these people, but they're the only way I'm forwarding my current work.
There are always limitations.
I think going forward, Fulmer's not allowed to make any decisions for the group anymore.
Okay. I'm not good at spur of the moment decisions, okay? If you give me time to think, I can make thought out decisions, but in the moment I panic.
Spoken like a true wizard.
Yeah.
I
Have
don't
you
care.
just been able to fireball your way out of things?
I don't even fucking cast Fireball anymore. I'm taking a break from that damn spell.
Oh, we're learning. We're making progress.
I'm just gonna do that slow high five up to
Us true
Astrid.
sorcerers, you wizards plan shit out and do whatever trickery bullshit finger stuff you do.
Okay.
Vollmer
Okay.
questions his life choices once more.
You know what I'm gonna do, actually?
Cast fireball in the group.
No, I'm gonna use the horse for the
Yeah,
first time.
actually, I am.
I'm gonna use the horse for the first time.
Okay.
And he's gonna start riding ahead because he's just tired of like people talking shit to him when he was just doing what he thought was best in the moment. Because like it was always a moment of I have to make a decision here, and I want to do what's best for or like what I will think will hurt the least amount of people and forward my work. And he is okay with doing bad things to help his end goal, which he thinks is ultimately the best thing for a large number of people. Like he will gladly off someone or like one or two people if it means that he can improve the lives of thousands in the Keeley Empire.
First off, I need you to roll D10 or D100. Okay. So, as Volmer pulls out the statue of a horse and calls upon it, you watch as he just throws it off to the side of the cart, and in a wisp of shadow and amorphous figure, that small little horse figurine grows onto a large size with a black mane and flowing hair that almost look like it's on fire, engulfed in shadow and flames, but all pitch black. The hooves seem like they're giving off this wisping smoke, and the tail itself almost flows with the wind. As a nightmare appears beside the cart. And Volmer just hobs onto it and rides on it in the meantime.
You hear Jack yell behind you. I want it.
Bulmer's just not going to acknowledge that, and he's just riding a bit ahead. Like,
Okay.
not trying to ride away from the group, like staying with the group, at the same time just trying to stay out of earshot.
So, it's only 2 days travel on the main road, so it's very simple and easy. So for the first day, very simply, Volmer rides on his obsidian steed.
I gotta say, this conversation that we just had, and then he pulls out a demonic flaming fucking horse and rides
Okay,
off on it.
To be fair, you guys saw how I got the horse.
Jack did it.
Jack did not. So
Everyone
to
else
Jack,
did.
you just and we also just dealt with a demon contract.
I'm assuming if he questions it, someone will explain.
Nope.
Leave it to the rest of the group. Will someone explain?
No.
Yeah, assassin druids gave it to him.
Okay, to be fair, he knows the context of the assassin druids.
Do I?
I don't think so. Have
No.
you guys ever told him
I
about
think,
these
okay, no, that was when Corvais was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all Corvais,
Fuck.
not Jack.
I forgot what you meant by fuck.
Yeah.
Assassin druids.
Yeah, they're from an ancient civilization that was dead for a very long time, and then we fought some basilisks on our way here, and figured out that if you smear the basilisk's blood on people who've been petrified by the basilisk, they come back, And we had extra blood, so we just started smearing it on people, and they were from an ancient civilization that had been destroyed. And now they're back. And they rewarded us.
Jackass's 1,000-yard stare.
Just what
I feel like,
is
I feel
going
like it's
on?
important to mention that Dalmar was the one who did it. Like,
It was
Volmir
Dalmar's ideal.
It was.
I was
Volmir
I
was talking
unsure
about
about
doing
it.
it, but
It
he
was
was
fin-
listening to Ashrin.
Yeah, it was Fanoa who remembered it from her sailor days. It was Ashrin who did it, and once Ashrin like explained, "Oh, that's all we have to do," Dalmar just went like, "Oh, well, we have more blood. There's all these people over here, and while you guys were arguing, should we, shouldn't we?" Dalmar literally just went, "All right, smear, 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 smear." Said, "Fuck
Which, to be
arguing.
fair,
I'm doing it."
Volmir was willing to like cave if he made a good point that like, yeah, we should leave these people dead.
No, it didn't sound like a good idea.
Jacket
And
is
then Dalmar just said,
I
"Fuck
got
your
a 6
idea."
magic
Smear,
horse out of
smear,
it
smear.
though.
Jacket's 1,000-yard
Good
stare
for you.
still says, "I want it."
Yeah. Well,
What were you gonna say, Fanoa?
anyway,
As you guys travel along, one day passes as your obsidian steed reverts back into its figurine form, unusable for 5 more days now.
Oh,
The last
that's
day
sad.
of travel, I imagine Jack is just nagging Volmer constantly.
Let me write
while
it.
Trying.
Let me write
Yeah.
it. Let me write it.
And Volmer having to constantly defend herself, saying it's like it only works once every 5 days.
I
Jack,
need to like buy a book or something to read when we travel.
Jack,
Yeah?
what can you tell me about your warlock stuff?
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm curious. I have magic that I sometimes can't control, and I feel like a warlock might help with that. Or your patron?
She might, but what she can give is very limited. As in, I can only cast 2 spells. So, while I do appreciate the gifts from her, and that, I it probably won't help with your other spells. I'm not sure though, but you're more than welcome to talk to her and ask.
I think I'd like to do that sometime.
Well, I think when we're not traveling and actually have some downtime, I might be able to try to help arrange that. Maybe?
Okay.
Depends on if she's listening or not.
Where is she?
Yes.
That's not creepy at all.
Sometimes if I call out to her, she responds. But, she's probably back wherever she lives.
Hmm.
Every once in a while she'll talk to me.
Oh.
I'll just kind of tap my head. Kind of like
Like-
Dalmar does.
Like Dalmar?
I'm not used to other people, though.
Hmm.
Especially normal people. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if we get some downtime, we can see what can happen.
Okay.
I really don't want to try to bring her around all these other people, though.
Understandable.
That one might fireball her.
Yeah.
Alright. So, upon the second day, arriving a little bit in the late afternoon, in the city of Balloonsar, which would be the first time Ashrin and Jack would be there, of the walled outline city with several little shanty towns on the outside, and one main road coming in from the south, and one seeming to exit out towards the north. Though the one towards the north you can easily see also diverges off towards the mountain, where you see at this point several carts and workers making their way back from what seems like to be their daily lives, which very easily Dalmor and the others would be able to explain as the miners that would go up in the mountains, gather materials, and, well, make a living one way or another, including a couple of odd faces that also are known as the adventurers that are sent to defend them or to slay a creature or two, make a quick buck out of something. And arriving into the city, it's very quaint. It's starting to get that little bustling nightlife to it that it usually gets around the end of the day. To which easily you'd be able to take your horses back to where you parked it before at the stables if you so desire. And the guild hall is in the very dead center, walled off, and its own larger building right there, right underneath the arch district. So, what is the plan for the time being?
So what time of day is it?
Late afternoon. You're looking at like 4 or 5 o'clock.
So first things first, I feel like we should turn the basilisks into the Adventurers Guild.
I agree.
Okay.
And I guess
Easily enough with how the quality of the Bass's skins are. 90% sure y'all got a nat 20 on that fucking shit. And prestidigitation to make sure there was no flex available on it. With the quality of it, and as well it being basilisk skin, which is known to be quite the hardy material, you'd easily be able to get 200 gold piece per basilisk. So a nice 400 right off the bat. And then unless you guys want to start selling any of the body parts that y'all got.
what other body parts did we grab?
Oh wait, no, I think that was all Corveia's?
He had the eyes.
I know he had the eyes. I don't know if you guys grabbed anything else.
Well,
He only grabbed the eyes, and that was it.
Okay.
I don't know.
I wasn't sure if anybody else grabbed any other parts.
I think everything else was given to the druids for sustenance.
yeah, they
since
were
it was
eating
better
them.
than nothing.
Okay. All right.
So it's how many did we have?
2.
2.
We had
That's
2.
400. There's 6 of us. So that doesn't break evenly. There is one
it
extra
doesn't.
coin.
Fight for the coin. Fight for my honor.
Leftovers should go to the horses. Just saying.
How much can 1 gold buy for a horse?
That's
Couple
what,
nights stay at the tables.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Agreed.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, so what does that come to evenly? Because my
Everyone gets
brain doesn't
66
do
gold
math.
then.
Everyone gets 66. Dalmar gets the 67.
Nice.
Don't nice that. That's not nice. You're 2 off of nice.
Now the question is, are you giving Jack gold too?
That is the good question. Jack was not in that at all.
I broke it up into 6ths, but
Okay.
like
Okay. He's not going to turn down money.
A finder's fee for joining in this insanity.
Uh-huh. Getting literally dragged into it.
okay, to be fair, we weren't the ones who dragged you into this.
I mean, still blaming y'all.
It was nice to have you along, though.
That's good. I appreciate it. I'm having fun so far. Minus the crazy fucking cult. Because I mean, as we discussed with them, there's only so much you could find in libraries and stuff like that, and that's why I had to find more personal collections for some of my information, and Even that gets limited after a while. You gotta explore the world. Hence
Every
why I'm
time
here.
you say that, I think of candles. I don't know.
I mean, there's usually a lot of candles around.
True. Crazy peepers. Sorry,
So.
I couldn't help that joke.
So, does anyone have any plans to do for the time being?
I need to get more gold pieces or more herbs for Find Familiar.
Yeah, that's right. You need your 50.
It's 10. What do you mean 50?
Oh, it's 10? Oh, I thought it was 50.
It's 10 per cast.
I'm sorry. DM doesn't memorize every fucking spell in existence.
Fair, but also, I'm not letting you make me spend 50 gold pieces on a 10 gold piece spell.
Fuck
You
you,
know
there's
what?
50
Are you
gold
lying
pieces
to me?
here.
Bulmer, are you lying to me? Bulmer, are you lying to me right now?
Hey, you don't know what the market's like. Could cost more around here for those incenses. Economy is a thing.
I'm curious
I'll
now. I
bring
could've
that up
sworn-
because I swear to God, if fucking KTK raises the price on me,
Oh, it is only 10. Oh, I could have sworn it was 50.
you must be thinking of previous editions because you're an old man.
I never played previous editions.
Oh, never mind then.
I've researched them every little bit, but I've never played them. Sadly. Alright, yeah.
I'll be back in 15 minutes, said Varel. 40 minutes later.
Yeah. That's
They're
why I
trying their best.
literally why I messaged at 16 minutes on the dime. I'm like, it's been 16 minutes! But, anybody else got any plans for Untitled Star?
So we should agree now before the party splits up where we're meeting and when.
And where we're staying, maybe where we're staying, and then we just all.
That is a thing to bring up. Everyone would know that the guild hall is open to giving you rooms if you're a member.
Jack and Ashrin aren't members.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we need to talk to somebody there then.
The whole initiation process would take too long.
Well, then I guess we'll peace out and stay somewhere else.
We can stay in one place as a group. But to put the initiation process into explanation, you know how we found Janella when she was about to fight, or he was about to fight two chimeras at once?
No.
Really quickly, Bulmer. You know the initiative is just to catch something, kill it, and bring it in. 2 bodies.
Oh. Wait, but fuck, we already turned those in, didn't we?
I'm willing to let you rock on it.
We can get you two in the guild real quick, actually.
That works.
It's the paperwork, but I'm sure that's nothing too serious.
I'll hand that over since I know Bulmer would probably be smart enough to cheat the system there.
Wouldn't we lose out on the gold though?
You still get paid.
Oh, perfect.
I have no problem signing some paperwork.
Alrighty. I guess the big
Nope.
question is, do you guys give fake names or real names?
Oh no, Jack gives his full fucking name. In cursive and everything, just nice signature.
Those people. Good.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ashrin just
Oh,
Flag spike.
Uh-oh. Ashra!
I don't remember the name Dalmor gave the Adventurers Guild.
I believe it was just Delmar.
I think you just gave it backwards, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
alright. Ashton, what'd you say?
Oh, I said I just give my first name.
Okay. Also, yes, it was literally just Delmar backwards.
Mm.
Ram lad.
Ramlad, giggity. Oh, so many jokes
Yeah.
Jack can make now.
Delmar was the only one who gave a fake name. Yeah.
I mean,
And I remember that I remember now why it was like that. It's because he couldn't figure out what the fuck to call himself, so he just went backwards.
yeah, Corvais just did C.
Yeah, Chorus is at sea.
So,
To which the guild was like, cool, a letter, great. But at the same time, they're like, you look like that kind of person.
there's people who signed their fucking names with just an X. Like, they don't know how to actually write. Or a fucking
Yeah, that's
handprint.
the X is supposed to be if you don't know how to write your name.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder how many X's there are in this guild.
Probably a lot.
I'd
So,
be shocked if Noah wasn't an X.
no, I believe Fanoa said she put her name. Didn't
I'm
bother.
sorry, I had to make a joke.
I don't remember what I put.
Pretty sure it's just Fanoa.
They always
Yeah,
try
that
for
seems
Noah.
right.
I just wanted to make a joke because barbarian illiteracy goes per.
That's an old school
So.
thing.
So, you guys can easily get a room in here. It's not the fanciest thing in the world. I believe Fanoa's the only one who's actually taken a room in here. But it suffices.
Warmer's taking a room.
That's right. Yes, you did for a while. Yes, that's right. For a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the fanciest thing in the world, but it'll do. Matches are a little rough, but beyond that,
Huh. So, what are our plans here?
not all at once.
Yeah.
Right, I was muted. Right, so before we split up, we meet back here tomorrow morning when the sun is halfway up the horizon.
Sounds like a good time.
Okay. So we have at least that much set up. I'm going to take advantage and actually buy a nice, better bed for the night.
Fair enough. Okay. Any particular things we need to do here?
Let's see. Hold
There's
on.
an alchemist in town.
I have a note here for myself to go buy a journal with some
Didn't you say
ink
you want to buy
and a
some teas
quill
as well?
to keep track of shit. What?
Didn't you say you wanted to buy some teas as well?
Oh yeah, I need to pick up tea. I'm just gonna create a collection from all the places I've traveled before I go back.
You're literally like the person that collects magnets from every trip, but instead you're
Yes.
collecting bees.
Yes.
My grandma collected spoons.
Daryl needs to see an alchemist, and I've been meaning to check out I need to check out a store for material casting components.
Okay.
I was hoping to check for star charts around here.
So very quickly, Ashrin, a journal will only run you 4 copper. That's very
Okay.
basic, very simple. As for tea, depends on how quality of tea you want. Looking just straight chamomile, or are we going high grade with like very refined black tea here?
Oh no, I need fancy tea.
So I'll say, if you're looking for fancy tea, I imagine you're not getting that much. Just a nice couple packets here and there. I would say it'd run you about 9 silver.
Okay.
Which you yourself would know is not exactly top shelf tea, but it is more expensive than normal teas.
It's oval tea. No.
Okay. Dalmar, you say you need to shop for something?
I'm going to grab some paper and ink.
Just
'Cause we
standard
keep-
paper and ink.
Yeah, because we keep needing to write shit down and like,
Mhm.
does anyone have any? No, I don't have. Do you have any? No. Okay. Hey,
I'll
does
just take
anyone
two.
have any? Yeah.
2 silver for a bottle of ink and like half a stack of paper, so just enough to like have on hand.
Yeah.
So-
How much?
2 silver.
2 silver. Perfect.
I also need to pick up ink and like a quill if I'm gonna get a journal.
Okay. Put that at a silver and 5 copper.
And I'll probably
Jack?
be following Fulmer to spell components and paper and ink.
All right.
Well, journal and ink, and then some probably loose paper too. Yeah.
Okay, so since you're getting journal, ink and quill, and paper,
Yeah.
3 silver and 4 and 5 copper.
3 silver.
How much was the ink and quill?
Silver and 5 copper. So 1 and 5. Fulmer.
So I'm gonna spend 20 gold pieces on herbs for Find Familiar, and then I'm gonna look around for a magic item shop.
All right. A magic item shop. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. It takes a little bit. You start getting into that nighttime where the moon is starting to rise in the sky, but you do eventually find a magic shop that seems rather on the low end of things, not exactly the top of the line sort of location, but it does look like they at least have a couple of things that you may like. And I just kind of walk in. It definitely, if you hear the little ring of the bell at the top of the door, and you see small little cabinets with shelves that seem like they are not filled out, but they still have a couple of items that you can pick out of to see what it's all about.
I'm just looking for a bag of holding.
Bag of holding. This shop does not have a bag of holding.
What does it have, out of curiosity?
You've got a great axe, breastplate armor, a pouch with some dust in it. You got potions, you got scrolls, you have a ring, and a small little stone that has these little carvings etched into it and has this very unique blue and silver coloration to it. That one specifically is on a very refined little pedestal with its own little casing.
Okay, so that's probably a bit out of my price range. What is there? Can I cast Identify on the ring without the shopkeeper freaking out?
If you try casting a spell on it, the shopkeeper will look just like, I am here available for questions if you
Oh yeah,
want to know
never mind.
anything.
I forgot the shopkeeper existed. How nice.
Yeah, there's a shopkeep. This isn't Amazon where you have to pick and choose whatever you want to walk out.
What does this ring do, out of curiosity?
That is a ring of resistance. More accurately, it's actually a rarity, but it is a ring of resistance for necrotic damage.
And the stone?
The stone is an Ioun stone, specifically the Ioun stone of protection.
Okay, question. Out of character, the fuck is an Ioun stone?
Ioun stone is essentially, specifically speaking, an Ioun stone is a small little stone that can float around you, and each provide their own little benefits. They're each of their own special rarity, and when he says it's Ioun of protection, it just grants you a +1 to AC.
Is there a way to check the price without asking?
Without
they labeled
asking?
it all?
No. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, he would have little labels for prices. That one is labeled at 6,000 gold pieces.
Figured it'd be out of my price range. Like, I'm more just... I was checking for a bag of holding because I remember Korv got one pretty cheaply. Again, he was at the criminal underbelly. Still.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm reading these backwards. That one is 1,800. Sorry, it's my chart is. I'm not
And
good at
then-
organizing these charts.
I
What
would
about
say
the ring?
that
That you're
was more
asking?
like fortitude.
The ring is sitting at 1,500.
Follow-up question. Is there a way for me to tell the scrolls? Like, what spells they are?
Not without reading them or asking him. He has a bunch, by the way. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 9.
I'm gonna ask him, but can you just, like, send the list of what they are rather than going through them individually?
Yep.
Alright, I know I'm taking up a lot of time here. I'm just real
Very
quick
good.
checking.
You're good.
You're good.
This is part of D&D, man.
Literally.
It's a shopping episode, which is probably a good thing for me, because if I cast a dispel with the way the dice are rolling today, bad shit would happen.
You're at a what? You're at a 7 right now?
Yes.
I want you to find a reason to cast a spell this episode. I want the dancing lights Tarask.
Out of curiosity, like, I bought a components pouch. There's nothing in it. I'm a
In D&D terms, a component pouch. In D&D terms, a component pouch, and it does sound kind of stupid. As long as it does not have a gold value to it, it is in there.
Okay, so if I like search fireflies and I can't find that, that's in the component pouch.
It is in the component pouch. Yeah.
Okay.
And I know how stupid that sounds. We're technically a component pouch. It's
literally
just a small
have
little
not
pouch.
played a caster before, so trying to figure all of this out and then worrying that I'm doing it wrong is very stressful.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, feel free to ask the
Okay.
question. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a little, like I said, a little weird that they go like, hey, here's a small little component pouch. It has every single non-gold piece component.
It's just an arcane focus.
It's literally just considered an arcane focus at that point.
The only thing you need to really worry about is if it says, like, a ruby worth 50 gold pieces.
Yeah,
Or...
if it has a gold value, it does not have that. But if it says like, oh, it has a cocoon of a dead caterpillar, it has that in there for whatever reason.
Also, if it consumes the item, you have to worry about that.
Yes, also that too, if it does consume as well. But 9 times out of
Okay.
10, that has a gold value tied to it. 4, 5, 6, 7. What am I missing? Oh, those two. Duh. Thought I got them all. I'm just gonna be sending it to public so that y'all can have it also, in case anything.
Oh, you're typing this in Discord.
I mean, yeah, I might as well, in case anyone wants to see what they are. I guess I should copy paste that into Roll20 to have the recording see it. Those are the spells available.
And how much did they cost?
They range between 120 to 500, depending on the one you're asking.
I can't believe I'm saying this. What about giant insect?
That is the 500.
Okay, that's the only one I can't afford then. How about Animate Dead?
Animate Dead, that one is 450.
Cheaper than I thought. Why work for cultists when you can become one?
Hey, necromancy is a respected school of magic, even if I'm too broke to join it.
Is it really, though?
It is until you go too far into the deep end, which 9 times out of 10 they do.
Okay, I wouldn't be able to inscribe Shocking Grasp to get the cantrip, right?
No.
I didn't know there were cantrips, or, like scrolls of cantrips.
Normally there aren't. You have now seen 2 unique scrolls in this city. One that is divine, and one that is cantrip. Also, I will correct myself. I did say earlier, if it's a scroll, you can inscribe it.
What about Melf's Acid Arrow? How much does that cost?
Acid Arrow will run you at... that one is 320.
Last question, how much is the axe?
The axe... The axe will run you at 800 gold pieces.
Okay, too broke for that. I'll buy the Acid Arrow. You said it was 320?
320.
Oh,
Scroll of Acid Arrow.
Okay. Let me... I'm very quickly hitting broke status again.
Listen, it is the life of a fucking wizard.
It is. Especially considering we haven't been fucking paid for any of our jobs recently.
Not really. That basilisk was kind of your only payment so far.
Anyway, after that, I'm gonna go back to the main place, grab a level 2 inscribing ink and paper from the cart, head back to the room, rest and inscribe.
All right. Anybody else have any other plans for the day?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to a spell component's place.
Okay. Spell components. What you looking for?
I am looking for a pearl.
Mhm.
Specifically one that, will work for identify. 100 gold.
100 gold?
Or anything worth more.
He has a pearl of 100 gold.
Does he have anything worth more?
What do you mean?
Like any
Like,
pearls worth more?
Yes, he has the special unique one that Romer did not buy the other time. That is in its
Because it
own,
was too expensive, at
that
like
is its own
4,000.
separate case.
Oh, it's in a case itself?
It's its own separate case.
Telling you now, you can't afford it.
Wait, is this where Volmer didn't buy the pearl?
No,
I was
it
here
was...
for this episode.
it
That was in
was-
Viglia.
Yeah, it was in Viglia.
Was it Viglia? Am I
Yeah.
stupid? Oh, then I'm looking at the wrong fucking shop list. I'm stupid. I am so sorry. I'm gonna let you keep those, though. I'm gonna let you keep those. That's on me.
That's why I was
Oh, wait,
confused, too.
was the magic items wrong?
Yes, the magic items are wrong. I'll let you keep what
Wait,
you...
was there a bag of holding in the damn shop?
I'm double checking that did I fuck up these orders? I think I did fuck up these orders. Oh fuck me. Oh, that is the wrong list.
As long as there still isn't a bag of holding, I'm fine. But if there is, I'm pissed.
What the hell is that list then? Where the fuck are you?
Slightly to your left.
No, your other left.
Where the hell are you? Oh, there you are. Why the fuck are you? Oh, I'm an idiot. I put
What'd you
dill.
do?
I put dill. Oh, fucking idiot.
Instead of Bill, yep.
Yeah, I just went to the spot where Bill usually would be, but it's fucking... God, I hate myself. It's so natural to just click on the places where I know where they are. Fuck me. There is no bag of holding here, though. So, rest easy.
Okay, then
there.
I'm still fine.
There are 3 additional scrolls, though, if you want to see them.
Jack can finish what he's doing first, and then I'll
Okay.
look at him.
Is that, can you see that, pearl from outside?
The pearl that you want to buy?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's in the other shop. Never mind.
Yeah, it's in the other
Anyways,
shop. That's in the other
Does
shop.
this
Yes,
shop have
corrected-
anything like that?
Corrected my stupid ass that I'm looking at the wrong list of
Yep.
city stuff.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, if anything, that's better, because I would have fucked that up myself.
Does this shop have any pearls that are worth more than 100 gold?
He only has the pearls up to 100 gold.
Okay. Are there anyone inside the shop?
It's about 2 or 3 people. Looks like other arcane folks. The shopkeeper's currently handling one of them. That seems to be looking over one of the components. Seems to be complaining about a slight chip in it. That's saying that value drops in. He says that I assure you, it is valued at the price point at which I have it, even with the blemish.
So before I go in, I'm gonna like as I was getting up to the shop, I want to ritually cast detect magic, so I have it up while I'm in the shop.
For the components themselves, only one of them pings off as magic, but it's a faint ping. But the only reason you really notice it is because nothing else here is magical besides the denizens and the shopkeep himself. And just that one piece that has that ever so faint glow of essence to it.
Okay. And the other thing
it is a piece of charcoal.
Okay, before I even go in, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and put it in my backpack.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Outside, away from the view of the place. Probably in an alley
has
somewhere.
to go through the wall.
Should also wait. No. I'm not putting it inside the building. I'm casting it outside, using my movement or my bonus action, whatever it is, to move it into my bag. And moving
He's
it with
putting
me.
Mage Hand in his bag.
Yes.
Oh, you're putting Mage Hand in
I'm
your
putting
bag.
Mage Hand
I thought
inside
you
my
said-
bag.
Okay.
And I'm moving it as I move in.
Okay.
The character changes, but the morals stay the same. He's got to steal from a motherfucker.
I mean, you know.
And I almost said I wanted to follow him. I'm glad I didn't.
Me too. I originally planned to bring Fanoa with me, but that was for the other place.
The smug face.
I feel like Fanoa would be really good at causing a distraction.
Exactly.
I would. I'd be so good.
All I needed was Fanoa to just go talk to that shopkeep. So I'm just gonna kind of peruse around, and that charcoal and the pearls, are they like behind any special thing?
What charcoal is, everything else not really.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like as he's talking, just kind of position myself to where my backpack would be closer to the pearl, and I'm gonna try to have my mage hand take it. The 100
Give me a
gold
sleight
one.
of hand check. As you kind of just casually settle yourself, and you swiftly just kind of motion with every, like just the twitch of your fingers. That's all you're trying to do to control the mage hand. To grab onto a pearl and swipe it. You just see just out of the corner of the eye of the shopkeep, the natural 20. Kind of sees the pearl shift and move and just goes, sir, please.
Just look at him. Oh, hold on. Let's see here.
At that point, the
Yeah.
2 other residents that are not currently being a piece of shit to him are like kind of like focusing. The other one is constantly like still scrutinizing over the gem in question.
So Mage Hand will drop it as I go, what can I help you with? I'm just perusing.
Please, I've had a hard day as it is.
I guess you don't want my business. I'll pull out my coin pouch and jingle it a bit and put it back on my belt.
If you're willing to pay it, please, and just goes to please, it's at the place to price. Blemish it all. And he just starts to kind of like get to the middle of the room to keep a better eye out.
I'm just gonna walk past him, just with the most indignated look on my face, and just keep walking out.
Okay. Natural 20, yeah.
I know.
Jack tries to commit a crime and then act like he's the one who's been wronged.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
The dude would be so much more pissed if he wasn't just drained at dealing with one bitchy customer already. He's just like, I'm done with today. I don't want the guards to show up. I don't want to deal with anybody. Just please don't rob me.
As a mage hand goes
The
by.
best part is everyone in that place is probably a caster.
Oh yeah, no, that's why at that point it was like all three of them were just like, or sorry, the other two were just like,
There you
Twenty
go.
of
Now
us,
you
20
fucking joined
fucking
the last 20
minutes.
minutes of the damn session.
Are there any other shops in this town like that?
There is one more component shop, but it is much smaller.
I'll head that way. See,
Okay.
Rob from a small business.
Yeah,
I,
it's like the small mom and pop shop.
yeah, see, like, that guy's a rich, probably asshole, so that's why I figured, that'd be a good spot to go for first.
Yeah, this shop is definitely, you get a sense that it's much more homely. It's in the Boardwalk district, which you can even tell, while it's still refined and still obviously inside the walls, there's a very notable difference in quality when it comes to those buildings and the merchandise themselves. And the component shop, instead of being a bit of a wider space room, is basically just a 20 by 30 rectangle with like just shelves in the dead center that you could just look at what materials they have, which isn't all the much, but they do have some things in there, including one singular pearl that is worth at 100 gold piece.
These people clearly, like, how well off do they look?
You see the man that as soon as you walk through the door seems to have just been kind of lazing about, almost falls off his chair trying to straighten up and kind of like wipes off a little bit of what must have been their dinner time being like, hi, feel free to look around, peruse our offerings.
General, like, attire, like, is he well
Cars,
off, or?
clothes, it definitely looks clean, like they do keep it up, but they themselves does not seem like they're the refined aspect. Like they're just putting on the front that they're trying to be as fancy as possible.
Ah, yes. I, went to another shop earlier, was perusing, and that asshole accused me of trying to steal something from him, so I figured I'd find another shop to use my business with, and... Okay.
I think I know who you're talking about. He's a pretty prude snoot. I mean, I think I ended up starting my own shop.
I hate assholes like that. I would rather support small businesses like this if I can.
Well, feel free to look around. I know we don't got much to offer, but we're growing every day.
Well,
Week when the supplies come in.
I'm in need of a pearl.
Oh, well, I've got a couple pearls here. If you're looking for a high quality component, I do have this one at the 100 gold piece mark. It is my only one available, but that would make it very special for you to use.
Huh. 100 gold. That is something I am looking for. I have a certain spell that needs it, and, any chance you would sell it to me for 79 gold? But, help spread some information that, this is the shop to go to. How your competitor's such an asshole to his customers.
Make a persuasion check.
This is like from Ashrid.
You see the contemplation in his face, kind of a like, oh, if I sell that for less, the profit's gonna go down. But at the same time, there is a very visible agreement where it's like, it's advertising, and the guy is a fucking dick a lot of the times. Tell you what, 85 and advertisement to spread the word.
I already gave you my maximum offer, and I kind of open up my coin pouch. I have 79 gold right now. The last 18 silvers to make sure I can eat tonight. But I'll spend the rest of my day making sure everyone knows to come to your magnificent shop.
Okay. I'll tell you what. and you watch him kind of go into a back counter and rummage through a few things before he pulls out a small little, what looks like a component pouch, but is entirely empty, that has a logo of his shop on it. Goes, for free, and you carry this around, let people know.
Deal.
79 gold it is.
Alright. And Jack is
Jack
broke.
is a sellout confirmed.
I mean, for now.
He got what he wanted and he didn't pay as much as he had to.
Yeah, and he gets to, talk shit about someone who's an asshole.
Man did nothing wrong.
He was a rich asshole.
You tried to steal from him. He did nothing. Anyway, what new scrolls are in the magic item shop out of curiosity?
It is.
Like what different scrolls? Because if there's different ones, I want to buy a new one. I don't want to buy the magic arrow anymore.
No, they are different. They are different.
I have 18 silver and 8 copper.
That's the spell I'm thinking of, right? Not being stupid? Yes, it is. Okay. There you go.
How much for polymorph?
Trust me, when I saw that on there, I'm like, did he really have polymorph? Yeah, he does have polymorph. This is the right shop. Polymorph will run you at 750.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 5th level.
Is polymorph 5th?
It is, isn't it? Am I being stupid?
I thought it was 3rd.
Am I being
4th.
stupid?
We're both wrong.
4th. God damn it.
Oh, there goes my plan. I was hoping to get polymorph. I can't get 4th level slots.
So, if anyone has any other plans for the time
I
being.
have one
I'm
thing.
actually gonna get color spray instead. Just real quick. How much does that
Okay.
cost?
Color spray. First level is 110.
Okay, and then Panel, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so, question. Would I be able to get like a little ball for Frankie to play with?
Yeah?
Oh.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna
know
ask
what?
this question. Are you saying little ball is in little for you or little for Frankie?
Like little for Frankie, just like a little thing he could push around and play
Like a
with.
jingly cat toy?
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, not that hard to find a pet shop in this area. And upon entering said little pet shop, while it's not the most filled out of areas, they do have this small wooden ball that seems to have this metal bell inside that when you kick it around you can hear it jingle. It's about the size of type of a ring.
You shut up. Okay, how much is it? Also, I was not telling you to shut up. I was talking to my dog. He's been yelling at me.
For that it's 50 gold pieces. Nah.
I'll do it.
Expensive toy.
It's a premium squirrel toy.
Got to have a lot of canaries in that store.
Run it at 6
I'm
silver.
gonna be honest.
Nothing.
Okay,
nothing
thank
big.
you.
6 silver.
I'm shocked that Vanilla didn't freak out when upon hearing it's a squirrel toy and want to buy a squirrel.
Frankie has a little toy with a bell that is now going to annoy the entire party when she lets it out during the day and lets it just play around in the cart.
You can't be mad because baby. It was 6, right? 6 silver?
Yeah, 6 silver.
Okay.
So.
Uh,
Oh, God.
Alright.
I was gonna say, Jack's gonna, before he starts his smear campaign, actually find out a little bit about this guy from the other shop.
Jack's deadass committing a crime for a discount.
Uh,
It's not crime here.
as far as the shopkeep shares information, at least his personal end of the thing, is well, the man is good at business. That's kind of his shtick. He's a businessman, so he doesn't really cut deals, doesn't really haggle that much, and very much shows favoritism towards the leader members of this city. Very much the people who can pay the gold. If you can't pay the gold, well, kind of get where he's gonna treat you.
Okay, so he was justified in his actions. Got it. He's gonna like ask around town a bit before he starts some shit, just to double check the information.
We're gonna leave the town and come back, and this man's gonna be like pouring on the street because people wouldn't buy from him because of these damn rumors.
Oh, I fucking hope so.
Give me just a straight charisma check. To see how well these people respond to you and talk to
Wait, what do you mean you hope so?
you.
Oh, because that would mean that he succeeded in his job that he took on for this guy.
Also, that would mean he would boost the
Sales
sales of
of
the
the
other
other one.
guy who he's now a friend of.
Yes, and also
like
Jack's a
crying.
businessman. Jack comes from a merchant family. Jack also comes from a good merchant family who, haggling is part of the trade.
Yeah.
Fair, but also you're just doing this out of spite because you stole from the guy and he caught you.
I mean, there's that, but the rest of it, he still doesn't like the guy.
Because he caught you stealing.
No.
Would you have done this if he didn't catch you?
If I found out he was an asshole, yes, 100%.
With the 15, a lot of consensus is that at least the generic person, obviously the people who you talk to more commonly, don't really go to that shop for obvious reasons, but
Yeah.
the people that do go there, they share kind of the same sentiment. He's a good businessman. He offers good product. Kind of difficult to walk in there though and like ask for a discount here and there because either something is got that slight little blemish on it, or maybe they just feel like, oh, maybe it's not worth this value, and he just kind of gets real strict on his prices.
If you buy in bulk, there should be a little bit of a decent discount. Come on.
I mean, I can't afford to buy in bulk, but I suppose if that is how business works, I'm no businessman myself.
Yes, well, he was quite rude to a couple customers when I was in there, and blemishes or something. He wouldn't cut down the price, and then, of all things, I was waiting my turn, and he accused me of trying to steal something from him. Like,
You were trying to
just
steal something.
absolutely rude to his customers. Now, the other guy, there is another shop here. It's a little bit smaller, but he knows how to treat a customer right.
I wasn't aware that there was another
Yes.
component shop around town.
And I'll kind of pull my spell component pouch up and, show the symbol. Yeah. Go check it out a little bit. He's really good to his customers. Nice fellow.
I will have to take a look. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And I start kind of
you're welcome.
walking off in the general direction.
And I'm just going to spend the rest of my fucking day doing this. And every time I pass anywhere near that other guy's shop, I'm going to use minor illusion to cast a asshole across his store name.
No.
Oh my
With
God.
Jack's day settled, I imagine. Well, no, it's nighttime, so Frankie can't come out right now. Does anybody else have any other plans?
A couple things.
Mhm.
A, I remember Volmer saying earlier that Veril was needing to do something when they're in town. And Veril is now
Yeah,
here and in a town.
Beryl, we're in the fucking town. Go see the goddamn alchemist. For the love of
Oh,
God, this
Beryl?
is your one character motivation.
I did. This was the town that we were in.
Yes, this is Bill. This is the one
Yes.
with the
I'm gonna do that then.
Okay.
Do that
So
thing.
going off to see Gorbel, the alchemist, the goblin. And his shop is quiet right now at nighttime, but it's easy enough for you to walk in. And upon walking in, it is the chaos that you kind of remember him being when you transported him to this town where he's kind of just running around, seemingly organizing in some manic manner. And upon you entering in, you see him just kind of goes, "All right, wait, taking no appointments at this. I know you. Do I know you?"
I hope so.
And you see him kind of squint real hard, and he goes, "That the lock, the person in the skeleton place. Yes, 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 yes."
Um, I don't. I need help with something. Um, so there's this thing. I can't quite remember what happened, but you see this white streak? Vera points to the white streak in their hair. Um, this kind of just appeared one day. This wasn't really gradual. Ever since then, memory's been a little daisy. Uh, also this thing on my side been bothering me a little bit. I don't know what it is.
All right, let me see, let me see, let me see. He runs to the back of the counter and grabs a little stool, just slaps it in front of you, just climbs up to look you close, goes, "Huh, this one was a fashion sense." So kind of like plucking at the hair, kind of like trying to split the strands, trying to see if there's anything unique about it. And goes, you say the memory's been hazy. You say your side's been hurting. Are you sure you're not just congested?
Uh, do you want to take a look at the thing that's on my side?
If I could, if I very much could. I don't know where on the side it is. Also, would you mind me taking a hair before he finishes asking the question? He already plucks a strand of hair out of your head.
Okay.
As he like kind of hops off of his stool, he puts it into a little glass jar and just immediately stoppers it. And I was like, now let me see the thing, the side.
All right. Girl kind of lifts up their shirt a little bit just to point where it's at.
You see the face immediately kind of just like cock the head. Goes, oh, now isn't that peculiar? If you don't mind me asking, do you know about anyone by the name of Genevieve by any chance?
Do I?
Not that you can remember.
I don't recognize the name, no.
You sure? This looks just like her infection. Oh. Not a mother, sister, nothing?
I don't believe so.
Oh. I have something written down somewhere, and you watch him scurry off into the back room and several crashing items of some kind. This looks just for one item before he comes back and goes, got it? Right here. It was about 4 months ago. A woman came in here, had an identical spot like that. But by name Genevieve, I remember that. It was peculiar. It was unnatural. By any chance, you're not a warlock, are you?
I'm not.
Okay, that crosses that out of the question. Oh. As far as I have learned, it is not of chemical nature. No, it is something else. It is a infection of some kind. But the infection, yes, it can be cured. Yes, yes.
Uh,
I have something that helped with it. You watch him flip through the pages of the book, and he goes, I found a mixture that would help. It won't cure, but it will help.
Oh,
It will only take 5 minutes. And he runs off to the back without saying another word. After waiting the 5 minutes, and you hearing just the sound of several materials being mixed together, glasses clinking together, and bubbling of some kind, he eventually comes out with this thick grayish material in a cup. About that size big. And goes, ha ha ha. If you take the drink of this, it won't help forever, but it will help for a very long time. Where it will clear up your mind ever so slightly. Go, go, go.
How much?
Oh, I want to see how it works. She never drank it in front of me.
Thank you. So do I just walk out?
It's on you. Drink it there, walk out.
I'll drink it here then.
Okay.
Oh,
Constitution
just
saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Girl has a stroke and fucking dies.
Best player death ever.
Honestly, would be kind of funny.
Tries to get cured, dies.
Welcome to America. Wait a minute.
How would you drink this? And it is thick. Like, it almost feels like you're drinking microwave peanut butter, in a way. As it goes down your throat, and you have to forcibly keep swallowing to get it down. Until eventually you manage to get it all down and kind of shake it off. And you feel your vision immediately kind of glow blurred.
Oh, that's great.
And he just goes, oh, don't worry about that. That'll just be the side effect. Let me see if I can find something that will help with that. And he goes scurrying around the shop looking for something. He brings back with a small little ball and goes, here, go ahead and take this. He unstoppers it and just hands it over to you. And as you kind of down it, you immediately feel a wave of relief come into you as the double blurred vision kind of closes in on yourself. And in that moment, something returns to you. A recollection that when you got this, when your hair started to turn, you couldn't help but see things at night. Visions of a second person. A girl. With blonde hair, gentle skin. Maybe around your age. But that doesn't last long as you kind of blink it away. The Gorbel just looks at you very interested. Goes, well, how did it go? What is it? Did it work?
I remember something, I think. I don't really know what it is, though. Just a
But it did
woman.
something. But it did something. But it's something. It did something. Okay, remember something. Okay, and he really goes into his notebook and just writes into it. Don't mind me. I know Genevieve. I know her. She's a personal friend. Helped me out quite a bit in the past 6 months. But beyond that, you helped me. You saved my life. You saved me from the skeletons. You saved me from the cultists. So you are now also my friend.
Oh.
Do return if you ever need anything additional. I will be working on this concoction. I swear to you, I will be working on this concoction. And do tell me if anything changes with your condition. I will need to know if anything happens. Perhaps if you drop dead, you can't tell me about what happens, but hopefully you will not drop dead for this condition.
Oh my god, okay.
Magic cancer.
Welcome to America.
Is there any other way I can contact you by not just going to this village? Like, any other, like, anything? Or do I just have to go here?
I don't have any sending stones on me. I don't have the funds to... Well, I do have the funds to acquire one, but I don't know where they would even find one. The magic shops here don't have one. I don't need one. Perhaps send me a letter.
A lot of
Then
work.
again, I can't really read.
Well,
Look, You'll know where to
I-
find me, and if anything, find that Genevieve girl. She would be very handy working together, having two subjects, get together and work with one another.
Do you know where she is?
Last that I heard of, she was heading towards someplace K something. Cliford. I don't really know the titles of these places. Clifford.
Ah. Is that all the information you have on her? Looks?
Clifford the big red dog. Uh, she travels. She travels quite a lot of places. I'm not entirely sure as to where she would go next. She comes every once in a while, maybe like once a month or so.
See. Thank you.
Calford, that was the name.
Oh. How far?
Yes, Calford.
I appreciate everything you've done for me. I'll make sure to write if or you said you can't read?
Well, I can read Goblin and I can read Common, but I don't know what you would read. Would you send to me? I don't know if you'd send me a coded message, or maybe you'd send me cat scratch.
I'll write in common.
Wonderful, then I can read.
I'll make sure to write then. If anything happens, thank you so much.
Now, thank you. You saved my life. It's the least that I could do. And this is also a new discovery. A discovery that will go in history between us.
Oh. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Awkward thumbs up leaves.
just awkwardly just walks out as Veril does.
I wonder if Corvallis' blood is still up there.
All right. Well, Veril obtaining new information. Does anybody else have anything to do during the day for the rest of the day besides Jack slandering my shopkeep?
Fuck yeah, I am.
Delmar is gonna go find a nice dinner and then a brothel.
All right. The dinner very easily at let's leave it at 6 silver for a very nice one. I imagine you're not looking Michelin star level thing, but you're just looking at a very good one.
Adventurer nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a brothel, depending on your woman of choice, would run you between 5 gold to 10 gold tonight, depending on the quality of woman you want.
Higher end elven.
10 gold it is for the night.
10 gold.
Bulmer just like, you now have a elven woman in the party.
This isn't the first time. There's gonna be a lot of sexual tension in the group.
Worst part is that freaking Bolmir's been in the party as long as Dalmar is. Like, they've been traveling together the longest now out of everyone here.
Yeah.
But now you got
This is
titties.
the second time Delmar has visited a place of ill repute.
So, as Damar has a night of festivities, Jack spends his time slandering my shopkeep for the day. And the rest of y'all eventually get yourselves a rest for the night. It is upon the next morning that you all reconvene, each with your own business at hand, at the guild hall, as per the allotted meeting time. What are your guys' plans for the morning?
Can I take out Frankie?
You can, very easily.
Thank you. Can I look with Frankie's ball? Because,
Yep.
yeah. Thank you.
So over breakfast, Fanoa just takes Frankie out as the statue comes to life and presents him his newest toy. To which now, throughout all of breakfast, you guys just hear the constantly going on the ground beneath you.
Actually, I should go for dinner.
Okay.
Like out of character. Like, can we call it here? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to know if you guys had any specified plans pointed out right now or not.
We'll
I-
probably end up deciding that next session.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
You
gonna
guys got a week.
describe Bells of the night, and then yeah.
All right. So describe Pelts at Night. Breakfast with a bell in the background the entire time by a wooden dragon.
I love it.
Let me real quick do. Okay, good.
Perfectly fine.
I'm gonna get going.
Ah.
So
All right. Have a good dinner. Have a good time, y'all. If you guys all need to go.
It was a
Nice
goal
little-
for the horse stables, right?